Welcome to the Perth Footy League's A-grade match of the day.
Today we are broadcasting from Pat Goodridge Reserve as Wembley take on Trinity Aquinas.
We thank our Perth Football League major sponsor, Carlton United Breweries, and of course our broadcast sponsors, Dartfish, Filming Footy and Sports Interactive. Now, please welcome your commentary team, Cam Robbins and Ward Harris.
Welcome to Pat Goodridge Oval. Harley, the absolute superstar. A few technical issues behind the scenes, but she's got us up and running. My name's Cam Robbins, joined the commentary box once again by Brett Mayo. How are you, Brett?
Good afternoon, Cam, and all our viewers.
Wardy Harris, how are you, mate?
I'm excellent. How are you guys?
He's a little bit dusty, mate. The person on your left, Brett, had a couple of quite frothies last night. He's a bit dusty, so
he'll be right.
He'll be right.
Yeah, he'll be right.
This class is a ripper. Pat Goodridge, really good oval, Wembley Sports Park. The conditions out here, the oval's not looking all that flash, but hopefully we'll be able to see throughout the course of the evening. This game's very important for Trinity Aquinas, Brett. They're sitting 6th with 5 wins and 6 losses. Wembley actually sitting 9th with 2 wins and 9 losses. So very important game for Trinity Aquinas.
Yeah, if they want to keep in touch with the top 5, it's a must-win game from today, coming off a 38-point win last week against Collegians. So they come in good form and what looks like on paper a pretty strong side.
Yeah, considering there's only 4 qualifying games to go, boys, before the final, so pretty important game this one. Ward, a bit of inside knowledge on the state team. You might discuss that more at half-time, but it looks like the country side have got on a fairly strong team there, haven't they?
They do. I just saw a bit of an article by Geordie McArdle, just where he covers his bush and burbs article, which, you know, for any of the listeners out there, it's always worth a bit of a read. But look, the Harry Taylors of the world, Jaden Schofield, Jesse Crichton, even some of the old dogs like a Simon Panizza, like there's, you know, some really good quality players in there. So look, the WA amateur stateside really going to need to be on their toes, because the country boys, geez, they throw a pretty strong side at them.
And a really good coach too, Craig Walker, level 3 coach, has not lost a state game since 2016 walks, and he's a black belt in karate. He hates losing, so he'll be going out there, all guns blazing.
I'll make sure I warn Youngie not to start at half time then.
So congratulations to the state coach, Craig Walker, for the countryside, Darren Young also for the men's side, and also the women's. Great to see a women's opportunity, Brett. Bo Waters, a former West Coast Eagle, he coaches the Metro side. Wonderful. And Michelle Harris coaches the country. So the first time actually the women's are playing state footy, which is very exciting for them.
It's just coming along in leaps and bounds, women's football, isn't it? And it's great for the clubs in general. I was just talking to a young lady over here. It's the first time Wembley have had a women's side, and they've got over 40 players on their list.
Yeah,
so
that's great.
It's just gaining momentum.
That's really good. And also a shout out to my young nephew at Subiaco, kicked his first goal today, Brett. So very excited for young Josh. So kicked a goal. The West Coast at 3/4 time, they're up by a couple of goals, so not happy with that. So, and good to see your young fella, 2 games under his belt. It's obviously going to get better for it, I reckon. So a few leagues into the games of Jack, and no doubt he'll be up pushing for league selection shortly, Subi as well.
Look, I'm not sure if that's going to take place, Cam, but just out playing footy and pulling up well's important, and the touch will come back.
Absolutely. So this game, boys, Wembley, they've had some, couple of okay wins.
Yeah.
But when they've been ordinary, they have been ordinary. But we're hoping today they shows up. But homegrown advantage here. They play pretty good. The lights will come on later on this evening, and they usually play good at home. So your tip, first of all, Ward, Wembley or TAs?
Really tough game. I think, as you mentioned, Wembley get that home ground advantage, which is always, a really big thing. But TA's team, I think, they've got some really handy ins today, so looking pretty strong. And look, they also need the win just to keep in touch with that top 5, so I'd have to go TAs at the moment.
Over to you there Brett.
Look, I'd love to call an upset today, and really, Wembley in that, really their last roll of dice to not fall into the relegation side of things. So you would expect a huge effort at home, and hopefully, I'm happy to tip them along for a major upset for the day. They don't want to put any pressure on Scarborough to try and climb up to 3rd last, so they don't face relegation. Today's the day. So hopefully we get a good showing at home today. We are in the company of greatness with Colin Webb.
On the Colin Webb room, he's so we're going to keep a head count on how many cans he's had. His first goat beer there, Brett, to our right. Colin Webb, the hall's named after him, former president and life member of this sporting organisation. Did a lot of work behind the scenes to have what we have here. It's called the Wembley Sports Park. So they're involved in getting this ground operation. Also the Matthews Netball Centre, also the State Netball Centre to the left. So Colin Webb was the major driver behind this.
Sounds like a legend.
Relocated from Henderson Park to this ground here. So well done to you, Webby. Looking to join this game. I think everyone set North Beach a win last week. We looked like 3 duds because they got absolutely belted last week. So, yeah, I think Trinity Aquinas. I'd love to tip Wembley, but I think Trinity Aquinas on paper are too hard. So we're just about ready to start for this clash between Wembley and Trinity Aquinas. I might even stand up, boys. It's a long way down there, so pardon my ignorance. I'm going to stand up and call this game.
Fullback could be an interesting one, Ward, for Wembley today. I see Jack Perham kicked 8 last week, so obviously it's an area they need some improvement in today.
Yeah, the young bloke, he looked a bit daunted, and I think he's going to line up on, I think that's Mark Deeves that's just heading down now. So
who's coming off 5 goals.
Middle of the ground, well done by Francis. Hit the ball straight up to Anderson. Anderson on his right got tackled. Trinity Aquinas in a bit of trouble there. They move the ball to the left. Could be relay free kick down the ground, or it's back where it came from. I think it's the latter. So good hard pressure there by young Jalen Hoffman for Wembley. But he's given a high push in the back. Free kick to the Trinity Aquinas ball right in the middle of the Pat Goodrich oval here. So see how the full back there. Wembley does Scally. Go for the spoil. Just about a good mark over the top by Deeves, but ball comes to the ground. A good effort by the half-back flanker there from the Wembley Footy Club. Causes a boundary line throw-in. So early stages of the first quarter, there's no score on either side. Conditions so far, no rain. Just hope it holds off because you might get a little bit of wet if the breeze and the rain comes your way, Ward.
Mate, I actually think the issue could be, mate, how many footballs we end up getting into this grandstand. I reckon we're in real danger.
And Wembley have it now. Good handball off the top. Falls in the hands of Kavanagh. Kavanagh on the right. He's kicked it straight back to Wembley. They spoiled each other. Black can call in for Trinity Aquinas. Well done when Wembley hits up the corridor. That's a good kick there taken there by Richards, who's made the state side. Congratulations to him. Kicking down the line was the Wembley player in Walker. Good defensive mark by Trinity Aquinas. Brings the ball to the ground. Umpire's call played on. Chan of handballs, he was impressive. They're all by themselves for the handball. The ball out to the top because Omaday's all by himself. He gets the ball now, lowers his eyes, and a good kick and finds his name in Feather Stonahue. Try saying that with a handful of gravel boys, but he lowers his eyes and a good kick and finds Roden. Roden on the right. Good kick. Finds his teammate running to space there was Macaulay. Macaulay will use his left foot, kicks down the line, 2-on-1-on-1. Good spot with the Wembley player at the back. The ball comes to the ground. They could be in a bit of trouble there if it stands up. Oh, good pressure by the Wembley defender. Excellent effort from him. Sockers off the ground was okay. Gained a few metres to Wembley on the far side. Trinity Aquinas lowers his eyes. Umpire's played on. Preston O'Keefe got tackled. Should be holding the ball. The umpire said played on. Bounce is going to be a minor score, and that's the first score so far. Good to see these one-eyed Wembley supporters, mate. There's only no one colour. That's black and it's white.
Nothing wrong with a bit of passion, mate. I like it.
Absolutely. So first minor score so far for Trinity Aquinas. Doing the kicking duties, Adam Volerick also made the state side as well. Well done to you, Adam. Decides to play on, lowers his eyes, kick to space, tried to find the big Ruttman in Francis. Oh, good hip off the shoulder was the Wembley player, number 15 there in Francis. That was good. Kick around the corner, under pressure once again. That was by Nicky Bucknell for another minor score.
Some concerning signs earlier. The number of free players for TA's inside 50. It's just a matter of time till they pick the right target and score, put a major on the board.
No, they're starting to pepper already, aren't they? Looking very, very dangerous.
So Francis has the ball for Wembley. He decides to gain a few metres and kicks the ball straight down the half-back flank, trying to find the big Ruttman in Francis. He got one high over the opposition Ruttman there, and Cody Keaton is also playing state footy. Well done to Cody. The left footer lowers his eyes to a 1-on-2. Well done by the Wembley defender there in Volerick. State members they are and teammates. They'll be playing with each other next Friday night. So Volerick lowers his eyes and is a good kick and finds Kavanagh for Wembley. Kavanagh, the defensive 50. Pretty heavy under the feet there, Brett, didn't it? A lot of sand in the middle of the oval.
It's very sloppy and understandable the amount of rain we've had in the last few weeks.
And a good mark by Alex Marino. The left footer, good kick, finds his buck. A lot, we're saying earlier, got a lot of space so far. And another player all by himself is Bill Feather Stonahue. And Stonahue taking decisive kick at goal. His outside 50, kicks it to the hot spot. And good spoil by the Wembley player there. Defensive pressure was good by them. Just got to handball the ball in right in front of us here. And stacks of Lemieux. Well, umpire's going narrow. Good effort by the Wembley defender there in Scully. Wonder if his relations to Tommy Scully. Or Scully.
Tammy Scully.
So right here, right in front of us we are at the moment. Trinity Aquinas trying to force something out of nothing. Kick around the corner and just about a good goal, but Macaulay's kicked a minor score. So 3 points so far for Trinity Aquinas. We're just gone 4:27. Wembley are yet to score.
And yet to really have any effective disposal either. It's been one-way traffic in 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, I think we're already probably up to about 5 inside 50s for the TA boys at the moment. 3 behinds, but looking super dangerous.
So Volerick looks like he's going to be the designated kicker for Wembley this afternoon and this evening. Decides to play on. Kicks down the half-back flank, trying to find his teammate in the ruckman in Francis. About takes a good mark, Francis, but comes to the crumbs. The play there, Bucknell, who's been lively early, but Wembley, the pressure's been good. Handball's okay, well done for the Francis. The 1-2 was good. Kavanagh on the right, kicks the ball down to the wing, but picks out the Trinity Aquinas play there in Power. Power decides to switch the play, and it's effective. So Tios goes straight down on the hot spot here, over the back. Good spoil once again by Scully, was very good. Handball's okay, heard the call. The Wembley play onto that there, and Ben Goldie on his left. And old man John's a good player and a good drinker himself, the former Morris boy. So Wembley have the numbers here. Good little chip around the corner. Good vision. Thought that out very well, did Connor Dwyer. So Wembley have the ball now. Go up the corridor. That's a good kick. And finds his teammate there for Wembley in Ryan on the right foot. One-on-one. Good strong contested
The guy at the goal
mark.
square by himself.
Hasn't seen him. They're right. He should have done a lot more than that. Should have kicked on a lot earlier, but he
Trey
didn't see
Kelton
him.
had sort of pushed forward.
And Marshall Walker takes a good strong mark. We're in the famous number 23, boys. A few good players have wear that number.
Nothing unusual, Ward, is it? The team bombards the goals, kicks 3 points, and it goes once down the other end and someone scores.
It wouldn't surprise me, would it?
So the left footer from outside 52. That's a thumping
It's a
kick.
lovely kick.
What a great kick. And that's a first goal to the Black and Whites of Wembley. Marshall Walker is kicked one from outside 50 and downtown. Brett, that's a good goal.
Oh, wonderful goal. Out to, but they just held it long enough for sort of their half forwards and wings to get up and create some numbers around the contest, Ward.
Yeah, look, it's been havoc so far, hasn't it, for the Wembley boys. TAs have really put the pressure on and peppered away nice and early, but we did notice that their ball movement coming out there was actually really good. And look, if Marshall Walker can go and take marks like that all day and kick it, goals like that, and the famous 20-23, a left footer as well there, Cam.
Yeah.
Great start there by the Wembley boys.
Good goals to the middle of Pat Goodrich oval here. Francis versus Keaton in the ruck duels. Francis wins that, brings to the ground, trying to find his teammate over there in Carr. Carr sat on it, went back in and got it. Trying to force the ball out there on Wembley. Good pressure by them. The handball was okay. Good effort then by the Wembley player there in Hewitt. He throws the ball on his left foot. The TAs have the numbers here. Hell, when he didn't have it, was the defender for Trinity Aquinas. Umpires called play on for an advantage. Hits it in the hot spot, try to find there in Bucknell. Bucknell was good, kept his feet, gets the 1-2. Now he's in a bit of trouble, try to use his left, goes on his right. And good mark, a one-hander by Macaulay.
It's been prominent early, a little bit of it.
Very lively, isn't he, Brett? So Macaulay probably realised it's a bit too far out, so he's going to kick it straight down the line here, right in front of us here. Oh, God, good mark for the Wembley player. Handball was okay, heard the vision, well done there by Borch. Have it back here to TAs. Umpire seen something off it. The Wembley player held when he didn't have it, Brett. I think you saw that as well.
It's young James Parnell, Subi Colts premiership player from a couple of years ago.
There he is, Parnell. And the umpire was right on, and so was our special commission, Brett May. He was right on it as well. He saw that out in the corner of his eye, and the umpire was correct. So Parnell tucked away in the defensive half of the ground at Pat Goodrich here, kicks the ball down the line. Bring the ball to the ground. Geez, Wembley got 3 or 4 players on the one Trinity Aquinas play. It's good pressure by then. Could be in a bit of trouble here. The umpire says, give the ball to me as the lights come on here at Pat Goodrich.
Normally when they hover like that, they're looking for a hold in the ball.
They are waiting for it, aren't they? Yeah, absolutely.
So Francis, great ruck work. Pumps the ball straight down to the throat of Ben Goldie. Goldie's pressure, good tackle, good pressure by Wembley
well
early. They're here to play, don't you worry about that. Good hard contest by them. We've just gone 9 minutes of the first quarter. Wembley are 1 straight 6. Trinity Aquinas are 3 points. Wembley up by 3 points at the moment. Umpire throws a ball up. Francis brings the ball to the ground, try to find Goldie. Goldie, second tackle by him was good. That should be holding the ball, umpire. He's had an eternity, and he's seen that as well. Good start by Ben Goldie. Just wrapped his arm up, Brett. Pretty hard to move when you've got your 2 arms wrapped up.
Yeah, he started well, actually.
And kicked back down the line and found Parnell. Parnell can go back to Goldie. He's done that as well. Goldie can do a chain of handballs okay to Francis. Francis lowered his eyes. Good passage of play here by Wembley. And now they go up the corridor.
Nice pass.
Hits the teammate there in Kavanagh. Kavanagh lowers his eyes as well. And they're using the corridor well. Wembley, they decide to switch the play there to James Carr. To find his teammate there in Borch. Borch straight down the line. Lucky the boys talk there. Could have been all kinds of trouble. Kick around the corner was okay to a 1-on-1. Trying to find the teammate there in Russo. Russo a bit disappointed with himself. And right away, tucked along pocket. Pretty hard to see from right up that end of the ground there, Brett.
Yeah, I think that was Marshall Walker who took that mark and kicked it forward. And he looks like a good size from where we are and could be dangerous today.
Pretty awkward kicking style, but as we saw before, pretty effective from outside 50. They have the balls now to TAs. The pressure by Wembley, the forward 50 has been great. Another great tackle by Wembley. Should be holding the ball. Umpire didn't. The pressure there by Oliver Ryan. He's seen it now. That's persistence pays off for Wembley. They are just doing the 1%ers in the forward 50 ward.
Mate, they're doing really well. I, probably pleasantly surprised to start with. TAs looked like they were going to be all over them from about the first 12 seconds into the game, but their pressure since, probably a couple of minutes in has been excellent, and even their ball move been very effective as well. So now getting a set shot on goal and hopefully get to put through their second for the day.
So Oliver Ryan, he looks at okay. He's trying to torch that one in, but he's held his head between his eyes. He said that's a minor point. So minor point here for Wembley. They go on the scoreboard 1-1. We'll call it the Colin Webb scoreboard. Why not?
You're happy
he
with that,
owns the scoreboard.
Fair
so
enough.
It's a Colin Webb scoreboard 1-1. Trinity Aquinas are 3 points. And we've gone just on 11.5 minutes to the first quarter. Cam Robbins, Brett Murray, Ward Harris doing the commentary for you this afternoon. Thanks for your company. And good passage of play there by TAs. Finds Marino. And the half-back flank decides to switch the play. And hits his teammate. Going to a few meterage here, that TAs, but once again, good defensive pressure by Wembley. They're forcing them wide, and that's where they go. Just about a good mark to the player over there in green for TAs. Socket off the ground was okay. If it comes up, it will be. Vermeesh has it. Good handball by him. Had the play running for Trinity Aquinas. Try to find the teammate over there in Haywood. But Wembley once again have the numbers. Handball was okay. This player's been impressive. A good spool off the, could be in the push in the back here. Umpire's letting play go on, which is good. Wembley through there. Worked that out very well to Francis. Francis on the right. Kicks the ball down the wing. Tried to find his teammate there. Russo thought he held it when he didn't. Umpire's call played a good effort by Russo. Second effort was okay. Well done by Nick Roden for TAs. The handball's okay. And they can use the left foot and spots up the teammate there in Clay for TAs. So Clay on defensive wing. Looking at his options as Clay. He goes straight down the line. Ball over the top once again by Wembley. That was very good there in Borsch. He's been good early and gets the ball on his boot. Francis pretty hard to pick up with about 6'5", Francis, but goes and puts a bit of percentage on it. The tackling effort by Wembley, Ward and Brett early of this first quarter has been very good.
Yeah, it's been very, very good so far, and a well-deserved free kick there for the Wembley boys holding the ball.
Yeah, good tackle then by Jake Anderson.
Look, I've noticed at the moment, look, when Wembley seem to, when TAs get that little bit of space at the moment, they seem to look like they're going to be able to, break the game open pretty well. But look, Wembley, to their credit at the moment, probably their first real passage of play where they've, opened the ground up, and it looks like they're moving the ball up very well at the moment as well.
Good vision by Carr, wasn't it? Found Pearton can play on by handball. It was good to Wembley half forward there. Handball over the top. Running very well as Walker. He's got to get on his left foot, though. Surely didn't have it, umpire.
Yeah,
and he's seen that as well. I saw it, and so did the umpire.
You got good eyes then. Look, Ward's comment's exactly right. And it actually reeks a little bit of last week's game, Ward, and where we probably thought Beach had them on the outside with class and skill, but CBC's work rate was greater, and I think it's just pretty similar today so far. TAs do look dangerous, but Wembley's work rate's great as Marshall Walker wanders in and kicks his second.
It's been very impressive.
And a great start for the Wembley Footy Cup.
Good key centre half forward. So on the Colin Webb scoreboard here at Pat Goodrich Ovals, Wembley are 2 goals.
Now that have both resulted in shots on goal. So look, that kind of pressure is really going to put him in the right stead for the rest of the game. And if TOs don't start lifting their game pretty quickly, Wembley are going to just keep taking it right up to them all day.
So it's just like Benjamin Scuncroft has gone into the ruck, number 20 for Wembley.
I'm glad you said that, Cam.
See how he goes. Been pronouncing that all morning, Brett. I knew it was going to be difficult to pronounce.
I don't think you got it right either.
So brings the ball to the ground. A good effort by the TA boys. Wrapped up in a tackle there was Feather-Stonahue. So middle of ground once again. TAs have it. Little tap onto advantage was very good. Well thought out then by Billy Clay.
Oh.
A little kick around the corner. Could be a gimme goal. And it is their first. And McCallion kicks his first for Trinity. And they needed that one just to step the flow a bit because earlier they were good TAs and the Wembley looked like...
competition, and today doesn't look any different. We've got Francis and Eaton as our first choice, and then the second ruckmen are in there now, and they both look like they're going to be a real pivotal part. They've got a good clearance there, probably not the best defensive work from a couple of Wembley boys there, and an easy goal.
So middle of ground of Pat Goodrich once again. We're going just on 16 minutes of the first quarter. Umpire throws a ball up, brings the ball to the ground. Wembley have the numbers around the contest, so is TAs. Follow-on was good by Wembley. Have the ball again. Pick up below his knee was very good by Hoffman. It's not Dustin, but Jolan Hoffman, the footballer. He brings the ball to the ground. Good little 1-2 then by TAs. The handball was very good, but I think he's running out of bounds. Tried to find power, but he was out of play there. And a throw-in, about kick and a half out for the Wembley's half-forward flank.
TA's kicking with a slight breeze, gentlemen.
Yeah, I think it feels, so. Maybe slightly across the ground as well, but definitely, a little bit of an advantage.
Corley's doing the ruck work for TAs. He kicks the ball out, trying to find his teammate, but good pressure by the Wembley defender there in Jacob Carr. Another boundary line throw-in right in front of that beautiful playground over there. A few little kids and parents having a little muck around on the playground. Fantastic facilities here at Pat Goodrich. Umpire throws a ball in, brings the ball to the ground, kept his head over this footy, was very good, was Connor Dwyer. It's like the old-fashioned hard-nosed runner does Dwyer. And doesn't mind handing out a bit as well. So just over 17 minutes of this first quarter. On the Colin Webb scoreboard, Trinity 2 goals, 1. Trinity Collins a 1-3, so Wembley up. Bring the ball to the ground, well done by the ruckman, just brought it out of the contest. Kicks the ball to centre half forward. Pick up below his knee was okay by Hoffman. Samuel, pick up by the Wembley. That's a good little kick from outside 50. That play there was Kelton. Plays around the contest in the square there. Umpires says, give the ball to me. Pleaded for a hole in the ball was the Wembley player there in Russo, but the umpire had none of it. So 5 metres out for the Wembley goal scoring area. Umpire throws the ball up. Francis brings the ruck work. Oh, good tackle once again by the Wembley forward 50 there.
The forward half pressure's been impressive, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been very, very good so far. Yeah, they're absolutely red hot up forward.
So Francis doing the rock in the pocket. He brings the ball to the ground. Oh, that could be just about a goal, but well done by Roden. Kept the ball in play. Tried the goal scoring. Oh, once a kick around the corner. Could have been a goal, but he's out of bounds on the full. That number 23 again for Wembley, causing a bit of havoc. There was Marshall Walker.
Yeah, it's a match-up concern for the TA team.
TAs, there certainly is.
Yeah, he's been good. I think he had Nick Roden on him as well, so he started on a pretty handy player as well. Yeah,
former West Perth League player and state under-18s player, Nicky Roden. So Preston O'Keefe on his left. He uses the ball extremely well. He finds Alex Marino. Marino to 1-2. Good, strong, contested marks taken by Vermees. Ryan Vermees kicks the ball to the hot spot, a 1-on-1. Oh, good spoil over the top. There's a Wembley play. Handball's okay. The home crowd like
it's a
that.
Wonderful pass.
Beautiful pass, and finds Kavanagh. It's a Kavanagh risky kick. He goes up the corridor, but it comes off. They're using the corridor well, Wembley. Founds Anderson. So Anderson looking at his options in the true centre-half back position here. He gains a few meterage and hits up his teammate there in Kavanagh. Kavanagh also can go down the line. It's an ordinary kick. He's going to turn it straight over. A little fist over the top then was by Ben McCauley.
I was just sitting there thinking the ball use across the game so far has actually been, pretty good. And then we end up with a kick like that. But look at it, reasonable standard of footy so far, and pressure's up for both sides.
Yeah, it looks difficult to keep your feet. So the skills have been quite good.
So boundary umpire throws the ball in. A pretty shallow throw in by the umpire. Francis has it, but TA's through pace, kicks the ball down the line. It could be out of bounds on the full. And don't forget, boys, they're playing for the Dartfish beanie and the thongs here this afternoon for best on ground. We'll see how we go there for that highly contested award. So umpire's called played on. Kick the ball down the line. Vermees, good strong attack at the footy. So was the Wembley player there in Ryan. No relation to the superstar Grant Ryan. And to see Prickles there gets his first beer for this evening. It's probably his second to the right. So boundary umpire throws the ball in. Just over 20 minutes have gone on the first. It's 2-1 to 1-3. Wembley are up. TA's on the left boot. Throws the ball forward. Good one-on-one contest. Hitting the ball hard was the Wembley defender there in Parnell. But he's turned the ball straight back over. And Feather Stonahue has the mark for TA's. He punched the ball forward. Oh, roving off of Pat was good handball. The call was okay. This should be an easy goal. And I tell you what it is. Over the line was very good by Thomas Omaday. And the old crumbing front and centre goal there, Brett, was very good by the TA team.
Yeah, they look dangerous when they've hit that sort of 25, 30 metre out from goal. First couple, and they've got some dangerous matchups in the forward half, I feel.
Also, like Preston O'Keefe, pretty valuable player. He's come on for TAs and just very good use of the footy. Would have remembered his days from Claremont, just a very good use of the footy.
Yeah, look, I've noticed him and probably Marino's been the other one with his left footy. I think he's hit every target so far, and he looks like he's going to be a pretty damaging player out of the back line. So both of those boys setting up very well for the TA guys.
So Francis back into the ruck work for Wembley. A good ruck by Francis, hits his teammate there in Anderson. Anderson's hotly pursued by the opposition ruck when he didn't have it was Cody Eaton. Good second effort by the big ruckman, and that's probably why he's in the stateside as Eaton. Left footer kicks the ball down the line. Fantastic kick to space. Now, it's about a good mark there, but came to ground. That was Deeves. Handball over the top. Found his teammate there in Hayward. Hayward went back to Deeves. Deeves from outside 50 right on the boundary line. Starts left, and that's where it stays for no score.
Fairly sure that should come to the top of the square, Ward.
Oh, look, mate, I would have thought so. He's a reasonable player, but you're only kicking that one, 1 out of 100.
So Pearton has it now, number 16 for Wembley, in the true back pocket here at Pat Goodridge. Looking at his options, Pearton, he goes straight down the line. It's a good kick, carries a bit of mileage, it does. Francis over the top, a good effort then by the big ruckman there in Eden. Keaton, his second effort once again was good. And don't want him to get injured, Keith, because it looks like he's going to be the number one ruck, him and Nathan Blakely for WA. So Francis decides to throw the player off the ball in Hayward. He didn't like the look of him. So in the ruck work once again, Francis, a good ruck work taken by Keaton. Wembley pushed the ball forward. Oh, good defensive mark by the TA defender. Good one-on-one contest, was too strong. He kicks the ball down the line, trying to find his teammate there in McCauley. A good spoil by the Wembley defender. Kavanagh, the old golden fist. Spud Frawley would have been happy with that one there.
Very proud. I don't think we'll see that footy for another 5 minutes.
Fantastic. It's ended up at the Matthews Netball Centre.
I was a bit concerned for my car, actually, just quietly there. I thought, geez, we could be in a bit of trouble. Umpire is actually having to go under a car. There we go.
Pretty harsh, isn't it? So just gone 24 minutes of the first quarter. Wembley are 2-1, TA's are 2-3, and that's on the Colin Webb scoreboard. I'll mention him numerous times, won't we? You love it. Absolutely love it, Will Webby. Boundary umpire throws her in. Francis wins it. Well done by Gold. He just got a little fingertip on it. Good tackle, but got him a little bit high. Pretty lucky that one. And then Preston O'Keefe straight on the contest. He kicks the ball to a one-on-one. Oh, Macaulay's just about over the top, and it could be socket off the ground. Well done by Wembley. Defensive pressure was good. And the 1%ers was okay.
You think he would have nearly tapped that through for an easy point, Ward, just to relieve the pressure late in the quarter.
Yeah, you would have thought so, but it's somehow managed to work out for him at the moment. But, geez, as I was saying, 30 seconds left to go in this quarter.
Boundary umpire throws the ball in. They have it now. Wembley have the numbers. So surely you didn't have it. It was the Wembley play. The umpire's called played on. Kick around the corner was okay. Would be too long to go in this quarter. Wembley don't want to conceive one here. Oh, good tackle. That should be holding the ball. Excellent tackle then by Trey Kilton. Kilton's telling to take time. He can go back. He realises there's not much time to go and finds Lucas Francis. Francis, as the crowd here goes, there's 10 seconds to go. So Francis, Jesus, a long 10 seconds. Francis kicks the ball down the line. Oh, good strong mark, and there's the siren. Good mark by Keaton. So quarter time here at the Pat Goodge Oval. Trinity Aquinas are 2-3.
He's going to have a shot from about 65 out.
So see how he goes here. Keaton. Cody Eaton.
Cody Eaton.
How far is he out?
Over
Over
60?
60?
Malcolm Blight distance.
He's going to do the big barrel. See how he goes. Tell you what, it's not bad.
He's hit it well.
Hit it well, but no cigar there, and good defensive spoiled by the Wembley. So quarter time here at Pat Goodge receives TA's 2-3, Wembley 2-1. Major goal scores at each side. Marshall Walker's been outstanding with 2 for Wembley. Omade's got 1. McCollum was also got 1 for TA's, but overall, Brett, a good quarter of footy by both sides.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll talk through Wembley, mate. You can do TA's perhaps. I thought Hoffman was good, Goldie was good, and Kavanagh down back was very good for the Wembley side. And obviously Marshall Walker looks like he's going to be a handful up forward if they can get enough inside 50 footy.
Yeah, look, I agree. Wembley have been pretty good so far. Their pressure's been excellent, but look, TA, especially towards the end of that quarter, we started to see their class kind of show through. I've just been tracking the inside 50s, 15-5 at the moment to TAs. So, look, really getting that ball in there, and then we've seen a couple of times those Wembley defenders struggling a little bit. So, it's going to be guys like Omade that they've got to worry about. Marino, we've already spoken about as well. Cal Hart started to get into the game a bit. Preston O'Keefe. But, yeah, Cody Eaton's been excellent so far as well. And that ruck matchup, as you mentioned earlier, that's going to be pivotal in this game. Yeah,
because Francis is a good high-leaping ruckman for Wembley as well. So I reckon us three have got pretty ordinary faces on TV. So we're going to take a short break and come back for the start of the second corner from Pat Goodge, which receives TA's 2-3, Wembley are 2-1. Welcome back to Pat Goodrich Oval. Good start of this first quarter. TA's are 2 goals 3, Wembley 2 goals 1, and that is on the Colin Webb scoreboard. Good first up quarter by both these sides. Even better news by myself and Brett is the mighty Subiaco Footy Club they've got over the West Coast Eagles, Brett, so pretty happy with that.
Took a bit of work, but the Lions got there, mate.
Absolutely. So looking forward to this quarter. Wembley started well. Can they hold off here? TA's looking forward to this second quarter. Umpire's going to throw the ball up. Very impressed was Cody Eden in the ruck for TA's. That duel between him and Francis is pretty key match-up. And it's really going to decide who gets the first choice of the footy here. So the umpire throws the ball up right in the middle of Pat Goodrich. It's Eaton versus Francis. Oh, Eaton once again, good ruck work. Tried to find his teammate, but Wembley have the numbers there. One of those players is Jacob Carr. Umpire says, give the ball to me. We've gone about 5 metres forward of the bullseye here in Pat Goodrich. So it's Eden versus Francis. Eden wins this one, brings the ball to the ground. Wembley through pace. Handball's okay to Francis. Had the call out the back. Puts his player under all kinds of pressure. That player was Dwyer. I think he had it. We didn't have possession of it. The umpire saw that as well. So Dwyer has it now for Wembley. He decides to play the line, goes down the line. It's a really good kick and finds his teammate Anderson. He's had a good first quarter, has Anderson. Anderson kicks the ball to the true centre-half forward position. Oh, just about a good mark over there was the player for Tio's at least, and he could be in trouble, could be holding the ball. The umpire said it wasn't, and the umpire says, give the ball to me. We're about a kick and a half out from the goal scoring here for Wembley, as Roden looks like he's got the match up there in Walker. So umpire throws the ball up. Good effort by the ruckman there, and Eaton brings the ball to the ground. Once again, Wembley have the numbers. Just somehow chisel the ball forward to a one-on-one. And good defensive pressure by the Wembley player there in Richards. Joshua Richards also in the stateside for the game next Friday night at Fremantle Oval. We'll talk about that at half-time in the squad. So pretty hard to see here when you've got the balcony full of one-eyed Wembley supporters, and no doubt they're consuming a lot of Carlton drafts. The umpire throws the ball up. Roden wins that one. Ball to the ground at Wembley. Handball was okay, doesn't keep it in play. The umpire says, give the ball to me. So we've just gone a minute 40 of this second quarter. There's no changes to the scoreboard. It was 2-3 to TA's, and Wembley are 2-1. That's exactly what it is now. It's the boundary umpire throwing the ball in. Walker doing the ruck work. Well done by Roden. He wins that one. Handball was okay. Had the call out back. Have the numbers here. Good block off the lead by Roden. Fantastic kick and finds Preston O'Keefe. Hardly wastes the ball, does this fella, Preston O'Keefe. The veteran, former state under-18s and Claremont League footballer. Risky kick down the line, but it's effective. It finds his teammate over there in Power. That's Jeremy Power. And finds his teammate there in McDowell. It's not Rodney McDowell from Planet of the Apes, but it's McDowell for TA's. It's a good kick. Ward liked that one, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, mate. I was happy with that.
So the TA's have it now. Oh, good tackle once again by the Wembley player. Threw him all over the grass area.
Oh, free kick.
He's played pretty well, Anderson, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been
has.
very good.
He's in line for the Dartfish beanie and the thongs. 3 judges making the call here. We're sitting right here calling the game as well. Good ruck work and down the back. Well done then by, once again, Preston O'Keefe. Around the corner's okay. The spoil was even better by the Wembley defender. And the player there was Adam Vollerick. They have the ball now, do TA's. Kick around the corner will be okay. And I think you'll find that is the big ruckman.
Oh, I think you'll find that's Ryan Vermeesh.
Yeah, it could be
Vermeesh,
Vermeesh, I reckon.
Yeah, he's a very talented footballer.
Yeah.
It certainly is. Well picked there, Brett. Vermeesh has kicked a very, very good goal for TA's.
Yeah, look, probably their first real opportunity to jump inside 50 there. We saw when they were coming out of the back line, that was probably the first time we've really seen them open the ground right up so far today. But we noticed how effective they are when they did it. And look, Vermeesh around the ball there, showing his class. And as Brett mentioned, very, very handy footballer there for TA's.
Yeah, pretty good pressure goal, wasn't it? Had all the play in the first couple of minutes to Wembley, but TA's just pushed the ball forward. And for me, it's very classy.
I think if you put your coach's hat on, I'd push some of these forwards further up the ground. Marshall Walker looks really dangerous today. There's just too many people around him.
Yeah,
You want him in a one-on-one.
So in the middle of ground once again. Give that one to Francis. Good effort. Second effort was okay. He's around the bottom of the ball is Francis, and also another on the players in Ben Goldie for Wembley. His second effort, Goldie, was good. Well done by Wembley. Francis just toe pokes the ball forward, gains a few meterage. Good tackle then by Powell for TAs. Could be in a bit of trouble here. The umpire's giving him the advantage of the call, so they've decided to play on. The TAs lower their eyes, trying to find the teammate over there in McDowell. And then McDowell says, give the ball to me because he's run out at the boundary line throw-in area.
Gave plenty of time, Carlton, to get rid of the footy then. Ward, he spun him about 3 times.
Absolutely, yeah. It was a genuine 720, I would have thought.
Yeah. So the boundary umpire throws the ball in. Cam Robbins, Ward Harris and Brett May doing the calling for you this afternoon. Thanks for your company. And Hayley has made this call come to light. She's panicking early, but she got everything under control, as a good producer does. They're kicking the ball forward, and Powell, good use of the body.
I didn't see any panic, mate. She was under control.
She was under control. A bit like me, she's losing my hair, but she's got a good lot of hair on her. Hayley, she's okay. Oh, good effort by the Wembley player. Should be holding the ball. Umpire said play on. Said that's what they do. So Featherstone, who kicks the ground on. That's shocking, isn't it? Would have been holding the ball for mine, but I'm not a ruckman, and he's given away 50. Oh. So this is going to be a gimme goal to Thomas Omadei, and
he's second.
He's second.
Jeez.
Again, Wembley's pressure's been quite good. It's just a little bit of finesse and a bit of finishing when they do go forward. They've just sort of had what Dwayne Russell loves to call those chaos balls coming in the forward half too often, Ward. Especially when you've got what looks like a really dangerous forward in Walker. They're just not getting it in long and quick and deep enough.
Yeah, look, he looks like their main option at the moment, and apart from that, it is a bit of chaos footy.
As you said, Brett, putting the coach's hat on, wouldn't you just leave him a one-on-one, push all your forwards up to the half-forwards, put the half-forwards on the wing to give him a bit of space to lead into?
Oh, it's either that or, to be honest, it's not getting here. So I'd nearly drop him out to centre half forward at the moment, just getting back involved in the game.
Yeah, look, it's not a bad idea, actually. You notice they're definitely playing that genuine, 6-6-6, obviously, which you've got to set up with at the moment. But, look, the clearances, they could probably get a bit more ascendancy if they try to get a couple more players around the ball there. And, as you said, that then probably frees up the matchup of Marshall Walker to actually start going to work again.
Omadei started well with two goals and a fair bit of work through the midfield.
He's had a good start to the game, hasn't he?
Kicked 3 last week as well, so good goal kicking midfield form.
Well done by Francis. The ruck work's beautiful. Hit Hoffman, lace out. Let's just find his teammate there in Anderson. Good second effort by him. Somehow gets a handball, does the play there, and goes to Omadei once again on his right. Could have done a lot more with that, and right on the interchange bench in front of the TAs. And the boundary umpire says, give the ball to me. We've just gone 7 minutes of this second quarter. Trinity Aquinas are 4-3, Wembley are 2-1, and that's on the Colin Webb scoreboard. As the lights are on, and there is somewhere to go there. It looks like good lux readings of those lights. So somehow Wembley pushed the ball out. Powers had his head over it. TAs have the no. Well done by Powers. Second effort was good. Wembley have it. Chain of handballs. But the big ruckman's Eaton, very mobile for a big fella. Stands out in the contest at Eaton. Excellent effort by him. And they have the ball now. TA, chain of handballs okay. Found Clay. Clay on the left foot. Kicks it forward to the pocket. A good defensive pressure by Wembley, but somehow they keep the ball into the TAs through Howan. Howan on the right. Tackle there was okay. Hitting the ball hard was the TAs player. Wembley has the numbers around the contest. And the umpire says it's held to me. And give the ball to me. It was playing the bottom of the pack for McDowell for TAs.
Eaton reminds me a little bit of King last week for CBC. He's good size but really mobile and get into a lot of contests.
Yeah, he's very, very. It's interesting to watch because Francis is obviously clearly that bash and crash kind of ruckman, probably more athletic than we saw with Joshy Chapman last week.
Yeah.
But look, just a really good matchup so far. It's been a pleasure to watch.
So Wembley bounced the ball out of Pat. Could be in trouble here. He caught one high, I think. The Wembley player did. That was David Hewitt. So Hewitt on the left foot brings the ball in the corridor. It's a risky kick, but it comes off. Well done by Hoffman below his knees, was very good. Kicks the ball to the half-forward flank, try to find Walker. He's easy push off the ball by Roden. That experience, but Roden's turned it straight back over. Ordinary effort by him. Goes back to Walker for Wembley. Oh, Roden's second effort was fantastic, and also the effort by McRae Lee, who was good as well. There's Preston O'Keefe. Just that smarts, but good smother off the ball by the Wembley player. There in Connor Dwyer.
Yeah, I'm sure we won't warm ourselves to the locals here, but there was a couple of pretty ordinary efforts here by Marshall Walker, I feel.
Yeah, the ball came to the ground. The second effort, Brett, was lacking. So boundary umpire throws the ball in. Over the top there was Eaton. Very good. Could be a throw, but it wasn't. Omadei once again has had a lot of possessions this second quarter. Omadei, and he's also kicked 2. So have the numbers here to Wembley. Hunting the ball really hard there was Anderson. He's been everywhere for Wembley. He's tried his guts out. A good tackle over the back there by Borch. The umpire says give the ball to me. So 9 minutes 32 of this second quarter. TA's are 4-3, Wembley are 2-1.
It's from this area, from these stoppages, you watch how the play moves forward or backwards. TA's just spread quicker and harder. It's just Wembley's work rate needs to increase.
Geez, that ruck work by Eaton once again there was fantastic. And the players caught one high for TA's. That was a very lucky kick, but you'll take that. And the opportunity now for Billy Clay to take a kick, the left footer. But the ruck work through the binoculars by Eaton, his two-handed palm down was fantastic, Ward.
Yeah, really good addition to the state team, isn't he? He's going to have his hands full in that game, but look, really, really good play to have in that team.
So Bill Clay, outside 50, leans back on his left foot. That's a very, very good kick. A good defensive mark by the Wembley play. He's kept the ball in play with, I think, was Goldie. But no, it's a minor score.
Just interesting kicking style, that one coming in.
Leaned back, didn't he? Instead of kicking through the footy. So on the Colin Webb scoreboard, sees Trinity Aquinas 4 goals for Wembley are 2-1. They have not troubled the scoreboard this quarter, have Wembley. Whereas TA's has slammed on 2 goals, 1. And they go forward again. Oh, good mark over the top. I think it's by Leeson. Oh, it's Powell. It's the ladder, Powell.
He's taken a couple of really good intercept marks so far this game.
Looks good down back, doesn't he? A good, strongly contested mark as well by Feather-Stonehue. On the right, kicks the ball. Eaton's over there. Ball comes to ground. Well rowed by the Wembley defender, trying to find Goldie on the far side. He's also got Preston O'Keefe. O'Keefe's too smart and too clever. Handballs the ball over the top. A good defensive pressure by Wembley. Good hard running then by Ben Goldie. And a great tackle by Goldie. Slays him into the turf. And the umpire says, give the ball to me. So real honest player is young Ben Goldie. Gives the contest at every opportunity. Umpire throws the ball up. Eaton again. Held it when he didn't have it. And Eaton's coming off for a well-earned rest. The big ruckman, Cody Eaton. Second play on now to TA. He's kicking the ball to a pocket. Over the top, the spoil's okay. Oh, chisel kick around the corner, but the Wembley defender read it extremely well. That player was Scally. He decides to switch the play. Sorry, still tucked in the pocket here. Doesn't know what to do. Umpire's call played on now. So he kicks the ball down the line. So it's a pretty ordinary kick off the boot. He should have done a lot more with that. And Feather-Stonehue has the mark.
He's starting to get his hands on it, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
He's loving me doing it because I've got to call his name.
I reckon by the last quarter we'll get his name right.
Just call him Bill.
Yeah.
No, Feather-Stonehue, I reckon I've got it right. So Feather-Stonehue, or Bill as Brett likes to call him, goes on his right to the pocket. When we have the numbers there, good defensive pressure then by Lucas Francis. So a bit of a stalemate at the moment here, Wembley. Yeah, Brett, they've just gone back into their shell, I think.
Yeah, and they look like they've just lost their way. The TA players are in better positions. They're setting up the ground really well. They just look like they're out of options or how to get the footy forward. Hardly seen it down our end.
Good knock then by Francis. Handball over the top. The Wembley player was okay. Handball back into trouble was ordinary, but Wembley can lower their eyes, and very good kick, and finds his teammate there in Kelton. Kelton played on. Should have done a lot better than that. Puts his player under extremely pressure.
Great tackle. Good
tackle by the TA's ball. Could be holding the ball. The umpire said play on to advantage. He kicks the ball down the line. And lock off once again to Feather-Stonehue. Again, he's getting into the contest like you said, Brett. Running a muck there on the half-forward flank.
Yeah, and I think this is in the hands of Vermeesh, who's quite a good finisher. I think it's him.
Yeah, it looks like Vermeesh from here, I reckon.
Certainly is. Big Ryan Vermeesh, number 34. It's about 25, 30 metres out. Difficult angle. Oh, and
lovely
that is
kick.
An absolute beautiful kick. And that is another goal to Trinity Aquinas. Never looked like it. Any trouble off the boot was. It's just a beautiful kicking style. And that's his second there, Brett. And he's proving a bit of a headache for the Wembley defenders down there.
Yeah, I've seen Ryan play a bit of footy. He spent a bit of time in the goalfields with the Mines Rovers and was a real, a strong goal kicker there. And he spent a bit of time at Subi as well. Played a little bit of senior footy and was a really, really classy reserves footballer. So he's a dangerous option for TAs in the forward half at amateur level.
He's already kicked a couple. McCauley's now gone into the ruck for Trinity Aquinas. So handy lead here now. TAs 5-4 to Wembley at 2-1. It's on the Colin Webb scoreboard. Umpire throws the ball up. Francis, beautiful ruck work for him. But McDowell's on the bottom also. Well, Wembley through Goldie, through traffic was okay. Set upon by 3 or 4 players for TAs. TAs, one of those players was Feather Stonahue again. And the umpire says, give the ball to me. So ruck work thrown up. McCauley for TAs, bring the ball to the ground. Wembley, first time they've attacked the ball forward. Been a rarity this quarter. This time they go forward. To a 1-on-1 down the back. And Roden, very clever. Nicky Roden, the former West Perth player, beautiful vision. Hits his teammate up there, lace out in Jack Green. Green decides to play on down the line. Sells a bit of candy, does the TA player. Could have done a lot more with that. But TAs have possession here. Handball's okay. The Wembley player read that better. Good pressure once again. The tackling's been okay. Wembley can work their way through this contest. They do it very well. Tackle from behind, could be in trouble, and he is holding the ball. Lack of talk there for the Wembley players. And an excellent effort then by the player there in McDowell for TAs. He hits his teammate over there, and Nick Bucknell. Bucknell decides to play on. Kick the ball straight down the line here. Do TAs. In that centre-half forward position, Wembley have the numbers. They kick the ball barrel straight, trying to find the big ruckman in Francis. See how his agility goes, the big fella. He gave him the don't argue and he throws him straight over the boundary line. And nothing wrong with that.
That was great grab in the back half by Roden, wasn't it?
Oh, just strong and clever and smart. Very good player. Was he at West Perth? Were you there? What?
No, he wasn't, mate. No. But he definitely still looks like he's got it, doesn't he?
And I know when he played for West Perth, he used to throw him down to centre-half forward occasionally too.
Yeah,
he could kick a few goals as well. So kick the four again. Oh, Roving was fantastic, was the player there for TAs, and he's pushed it left, but should have done a lot more with that.
Hayward, I think that was.
Zachary Hayward, number 13. Brett, you're right.
They seem to have so much more space at the moment, don't they? Look, a lot more options. We notice Wembley at the moment when they're trying to come in, they just don't have a lot to kick to. You know, they've been able to come with this kicking and at least kick into a 3-on-4 there. But yeah, they're making it hard work a lot of the time at the moment.
Well done by Ben Gold. He's tried his backside off this afternoon and finds Richards. Named in the state side. Richards lowers his eyes, tries to find Francis below his knee. Francis was very good. Handballs the ball out to space. And pretty ordinary effort that. Walker. Umpire said, give the ball to me. Once again, Roden's too smart. Started off well was Walker, but I tell you what, this quarter, he's had the better of him, has the big fella from West Perth, hasn't he?
Yeah, no, he's been very good. Marshall Walker just hasn't been able to do anything since quarter time.
They missed 3 targets in a row there.
Yeah, they did.
What's happened? Skill level, isn't it? Force in the hand. This play, Anderson on the right, and good kick to space. It's a first. And finds Joshua Richard. First time they've kicked it to space, Brett.
Yeah, absolutely. You called it earlier. Goldie and Anderson, their work rate's been enormous. Been super clean with the pill, but they were on that occasion.
So here we are. Congratulations, Joshua Richards made the initial state side, and hope he gets his Guernsey next week. But he's right, live now at Pat Goodridge, is about 30 metres out.
I think the crowd will tell us what's going on,
Not
Cam.
much of an angle here. We'll let the crowd do the calling here. And the crowd love that, and that is the first goal for Wembley. Joshua Richards, it's come at the 18-minute mark of the second quarter there. Brett's has taken a long time to get their second goal.
Yeah, it's been mainly skill errors. Work rate's quite good. They just turned the footy over too often, or just they've had the footy's landed 3 or 4 metres in front of their teammate when that guy's been in a position where he could play on. So if they can sharpen that up, it's not a huge deficit on the scoreboard. So let's see if they can finish the quarter off with maybe pinch one and be within touching distance at half time.
Well, it's taken 18 minutes more to kick their next goal, Wembley, so it's been all one-way traffic for TAs this quarter.
Yeah, look, it has. I was probably bagging out how they were moving the ball a little bit before, but that was actually some really good play by them then.
Tell you what, the smell of those bloody meat pies behind us, all right. 2 boys, don't worry about that. It's in the middle of the ground here at Pat Goodridge. TAs have the number. Omaday, he's had a pretty good quarter. Oh, good defensive pressure by the Wembley player there in Parnell. He lowers his eyes and good kick and finds his teammate there in Jacob Carr, but he's coughed it up.
Jeez.
And easy, and that's what happened. Your turns over, and Nicky Bucknell says, thank you very much, that's all I need. And an easy goal to TAs, but a very costly dropped, easy mark by the Wembley player.
Yeah, it's just been those skill errors throughout the day so far, isn't it, that have really set the two teams apart. And, Nicky Bucknell been very good so far today, and it was always going to make him pay, Brett.
Yeah, and look, I know Jimmy Parnell quite well. He's taken a really good defensive mark, and there's just not a lot of advantage for me in that kick going 20 metres across to a teammate. Though he did drop it, there was TA numbers there anyway, so he couldn't play on. There's just no great advantage to it. And that sort of skill errors were the ones that seem to have those turnovers are the ones that cost them goals today, Ward.
Yeah, definitely right.
Well, they've kicked 4 goals this quarter, boys, and a pretty strong display by TAs. For Wembley, like I said, it's taken 18 minutes to kick their first goal here at Pat Goodrich. So the middle of ground once again. Eaton versus Francis. Eaton once again. Francis okay. Second effort was good. Handball the back to this hands of Jake Anderson. Anderson over the top. Surely he was armed, but he wasn't. Pretty one-sided play and ordinary effort then by Walker. Could have done a lot more of that with Walker. We've got Roden, his opposition player, is pushed him right in the middle of the back, and this is going to be a lucky kick to the Wembley player in Oliver Ryan.
Very vocal crowd here, Cam Robbins.
It is Oliver Ryan, no relation to Grant Ryan, the former state player and the vice president of the Wembley Footy Club. So here he is, Ryan, Oliver Ryan. We'll let the crowd do the calling once again. And it is still in play, and now a rush behind there for TAs for a behind there to Wembley. That's their second. They're 3 goals to. They trail Trinity Aquinas 6 goals 4. We've gone 21 minutes mark of the second quarter. So Jordan Leeson now decided to play because no one's even attempted to run after him, so he just chicks the ball down the line.
He's getting wonderful support.
It's shocking, isn't it? To find Alex Marino. Marino down the line. Tried to find his teammate over there, but good defensive pressure by the Wembley player there in Lucas Francis.
Isn't it great to hear some passionate support?
And one-eyed
Love
supporters.
Yeah, love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, they're only one team, the black and white and the Magpies here at Pat Goodrich. The boundary umpire throws the ball in. It's a shallow throw in. Well done by Eaton. The 2 fists was on to try to find Omaday. Omaday has it, the 1-2. Oh, he's caught one right around the neck. The old Haystacks Calhoun wrestling.
Not even the locals complained about that one.
Pretty high. And go backs to Cody Eaton. He's had a good first half, the state ruckman Eden. Be a good little rock combination, him and Doc Blakely for WA next week. Oh, good defensive
good
mark by the Wembley player. Picks himself off the ground, but it's a good mark by the player there in Francis. So it's Lucas Francis in the true half-back flank position for Wembley. Big trail at the moment, 3-2 to 6-4. It's on the Colin Webb scoreboard.
Oh.
Going through the handball. Oh, surely he didn't have it. The umpire said, yes, he did, so it's play on. So right in the middle of the mud heap here at Pat Goodrich. The umpire says, give the ball to me.
Disappointing for Wembley there because it was such a good option, and it was just that skill error once again. It really would have opened up a good entry right in the corridor.
Yeah, turning it over in the middle of the ground is not ideal.
So it's Francis versus Eden. Eden once again, good tackle. Umpire says the ball's going nowhere. Right in the bullseye here at Pat Goodrich. It sees them trail at the moment 3-2 to 6-4. That's on the Colin Webb scoreboard. The legend of the club is Colin Webb. Well done then by Eaton on the left. And balls the ball down the ground. When we try to force it out, somehow it comes forward and they kick the ball through a flower punt centre half forward. Ball's at the back here. It could be in a bit of Roden once again. Good strong effort by him.
Kelton.
Kelton was okay. Hamwell went backwards good. So was the pressure by the Wembley. Just somehow keeps in play. It's in a bit of problem now. And let the crowd hear that. I reckon he didn't have it, but he must have had it. And the umpire says, give the ball to me.
Someone must have had it.
Yeah,
someone had it apparently. But the umpire's got it at the moment, mate.
So 23 and a half minutes, 3-2 at Wembley. TA's a 6-4. Bounce umpire throws the ball in right in the pocket here for Wembley. Was okay. Kick around the corner. The pressure was good. The tackle then by the TA player was very good. It's up in the air. Umpire's call played on. Stacked around the middle. Little check side kick was okay. And that player was Jacob Carr, but this is a minor score. Probably about a minute to go in this first half, which sees Wembley 3-3 trail TA 6-4. That's on the Colin Webb scoreboard.
So isn't the Wembley crowd absolutely riding every kick and bump at the moment?
But there's Leeson.
Just for the contest, it would have been great if they could pinch one before half time.
Leeson, good kick. He's had a good quarter this quarter too. Marino has been outstanding. Oscar Marino tried to find his teammate over there in Zachary Howard. Should have really marked there.
Yeah, I was just thinking how Hayward could have
what
marked that for sure. So
maybe heard the time, so they've got to tune in a bit of time here, which sees on the clock 24 and a half minutes of the second quarter. So not too long to go now, probably 30 seconds. As the boundary umpire throws the ball in. Good throw by the boundary umpire there once again. Eaton, the double-handed tap was good. Finds his teammate over the far side there in Roden. And a good spoil by the Wembley defender. The 1%ers was very good by Parnell. And counting down now to the last few seconds of this second quarter.
Both the Rodens have had good quarters, good second quarters.
They've been very good, haven't they? They've definitely stepped up the plate this quarter, has TAs. And that is the half-time score. Siren goes. It's Trinity Aquinas, 5 goals for Wembley, 3 goals 3. Hard to see that score. Would have got it 3-3 to 6. 3-3 to 6-5 it is. 3-3 to 6-5. Major goal scorers for the side there in TAs. 2 goals to Omade. 1 in that quarter, 1 in the first quarter as well. 2 goals also to Ryan Vermeet, 1 in the second and 1 in the first. And McCauley's got 1 and also Bucknell's got 1. And for Wembley, Marshall Walker 2 in the first quarter. We went missing that quarter, boys, and Richards has got 1. But over to you first there, Brett. I thought TAs were just showed their class in that quarter.
Yeah, I think they probably definitely had inside 50s, which I can see was written down. They had not as dominant as the first quarter, but they were just a lot cleaner with the footy. It's just as simple as that. Wembley Footy Club just turned the footy over too often by foot. And it hurt them on the scoreboard with a couple of small errors that shouldn't be really making at this level, and it cost them some goals. And it's only a 3-goal game, Ward, but most of them from turnovers.
Yeah, look, you're exactly right there. Look, Marshall Walker, he's gone missing, unfortunately, since that first quarter. Nick Roden's been very, very good on him. Look, and I think Cody Eaton's probably winning that ruck battle with Nat Francis now. They both started pretty even, but I've noticed Eaton seems to be just getting to that ball a lot more now, so they're going to need to turn it around a little bit there, Wembley, but also with skill execution as well, and just retaining the ball. So, but I think we're still set up with a reasonable contest. Wait and see what Wembley can do in this second half.
And Jeremy Power too set them up off the halfback flank. Ward has been okay, reads the play extremely well, and he had a lot of defensive dashes off the halfback flank for TAs.
Yeah, look, his intercept work has been excellent. He took at least 2, maybe 3 really strong intercept marks, and look, just his vision coming out of halfback. They seem to be able to open up the ground a lot better than Wembley can at the moment, and seem to have a lot more options. Look, I really don't know where this contest is going to go in the second half.
Absolutely. So Pat Goodrich Oval half-time is here on the Colin Webb scoreboard. Sees Trinity Aquinas 6 goals 5, Wembley a 3-3. We're going to take a short break, boys. I can smell those beautiful meat pies. I might slip in and get one myself, and we're back very shortly. Welcome to Pat Goodrich Oval. Half-time sees Trinity Aquinas 6 goals 5. Wembley are 3 goals 3. So very interesting effort. Just got the stateside on the little app there, Ward. So interesting side. Going to have good to see James Eccles, Braden Firmup from Kingsway making the side as well, and also they're bringing in Nathan Blakely and Ben Harding, a couple of guys we pushed there for university. So they have mixed up a few of their side, but compared to the countryside for what Craig Walker's going to bring to the lineup next Friday at Fremantle Oval, they're in for a bit of a battle.
It's going to be. They're going to know they're alive pretty quickly, I would have thought. There's a lot of experience rolling around that countryside, but look, there's some good players in there as well. They've named a squad of 28 players at the moment. 18 of those guys playing in the A-grade competition that we get to cover every week. A couple of guys playing the C-grade as well. There's a young guy there, Tyrese Pickett-Miller, ex-West Perth guy, tested very well at combines a couple of years back. He's definitely one to watch. In that side, just come back from living in Adelaide for a year or so, but look, some really handy players. Doc Blakely coming into that side is actually massive for him, and guys like James Eccles, as you said, off half-back, going to be really important. So looking forward to covering it next week, Cam.
Yeah, and covering the women's side as well, so that's up first at Fremantle Oval. So we've got the women's and also the men's, so the women's country versus the women's amateurs, and also the men's amateurs and also the men's country. So looking forward to covering those games next Friday night at 6:10 are the women's, and the men's are at 7:45, and that's at Fremantle Oval. It gets very difficult to call there at times. I'll give you the big tip late in the evening. So unfortunately, Brett, you've got a prior commitment to remain in the marriage life, mate, so put your wife first. So hands out to you, Mrs. May. You've got a very good catch here. Your husband's putting yourself before footy, which is the first.
What a good bloke.
Well done, champion.
It's her 33rd birthday.
So shout out to you, Mrs. Mayo.
Maybe not.
The 33rd. Very lucky to have a very good husband there in Brett. So just about here, players in their positions here. Hopefully Wembley can put on a better show than they did in the early stages of that second quarter.
Yeah, this contest needs a spark. Where's it going to come from, Ward?
Oh, look, my personal opinion is it's probably going to come from some of the TA boys at the moment, but look, let's hope they prove me wrong and Wembley come out all guns blazing in this third quarter.
I hope it comes from Cam Robbins.
I'll get out
Come
there,
on, mate. There's every chance after three quarter
middle
time.
of ground once again. Thanks for your company. Pat Goodrich Oval, start of the third quarter. Here we are. Well done by Francis. Brings the ball to ground. They have the numbers to TA. Surely had a throw. No, he didn't. Francis kicks the ball on the right boot. Kicks the ball to the centre half forward position here. Once again, TAs have the numbers. Hitting the ball very hard was the Wembley player in Carr. He's set upon by about 3 or 4 players for TAs. And the umpire says, give the ball to me. But good start by Wembley. Francis straight out of the ruck contest, threw his ball on his boot, and it's the centre half forward position now. So Francis once again wins the ball. Good start by him this quarter. He's out rucked, although in the first quarter by first and second by Eaton. Have the now Cody Eaton, well done on the right, was good again. Kick around the corner was okay. Hitting the ball hard was the player there in Deves. He was good. Handball the straight over to Preston O'Keefe. O'Keefe tried to stage up back, but good mark in the front of the pack then by Leon Purton. So Purton, umpire's call played on, sporting a nice mullet too, is Purton on the right.
Oh dear.
He's just turned that ball straight over. Falls in the hand there of Nick Bucknell. So Bucknell out the corner, and good defensive effort then by the Wembley player.
Jeez. Does that ball seems to be holding up a little bit now, doesn't it?
Does,
I think that wind's definitely shift around a little bit.
Dropped off a bit. So Adam Volarek doing the designated kicking. Tries to find his play there in Anderson. Good sprawl over the top by the TA defender.
In a contest where TAs can't afford to lose to stay in touch with the top 5, it's just the energetic third start up to the third quarter the coach would want.
A good start once again by Matthew Roden. Both him and Nick, the Roden brothers, have been very good players for TAs this afternoon. And going on to this evening now at Pat Goodrich Oval here at the Wembley Sports Park. Well done. Handball is okay. The weighted handball was very, very good by Howard. Good passage of play here by TAs. And that is a fantastic goal. And that's his second to Nick Bucknell. But the vision and the handball by the TA player then was very, very good.
Yeah, the only one not joining in the celebration is the guy that set it up with hands on his heads there in Cody Eaton. Another double-handed tap down, but to advantage, the hands on the outside. It was a wonderful team goal. Just handballs over the top, so they found a free player in front. Ward, and Bucknell kicks his second.
Yeah, very good. He almost jagged one earlier in the third quarter then, but look, once again, we just see TA's able to open up Wembley quite easily now. They came out with some really good passion to start this quarter, but TA's kicked the first goal very early on still.
It's the middle of the ground once again. Definitely a quagmire there under feet.
Some danger signs for the Wembley Footy Club.
Could open up here, couldn't they? Eaton again, tries to find Roden. Anderson was good by Wembley. Handball's even better. Handball the ball over the top there. It was a very good effort and find Carr. Carr on his right. But good defensive sweeper once again. And Preston O'Keefe uses that beautiful left foot well and finds his teammate over there in Howan. Howan on the right, kicks the ball down the line. Trying to find a Wembley favourite there in Mark Deeves.
He's actually been pretty well held so far today. I think this probably is only I'm going to say maybe his third touch. He's had a couple of marks in this quarter so far, but young Scally from Wembley been very good on Mark Deeves today.
Absolutely has.
So Deeves right on the 50-metre mark here. Take a good kick from there. No doubt he's getting a few tips there from the local Wembley boys how to kick this for a behind, but it's lining up now for a goal was Deeves. Thumping kick right on the point of the skin. For Misha in the back. Too easy.
When you look at the Wembley numbers around there, like he's got a height advantage on his opponent, Pearton, but should have got some better assistance from the ruckman, I feel.
Oh, big Nat Francis. He was absolutely filthy with himself as he walked away from that contest as well. But 2 goals really quick now for TAs. And, yeah, third for Ryan Vermeesh.
Floodgate's going to open. I think you caught it about a minute or so, Brett. Danger signs so far, early stage of this third quarter.
Yeah, they've battled with their skills for the day, and just a little bit of intensity dropped away, and TAs have jumped all over them early in the third quarter. It's not great signs for the locals to our right.
Certainly isn't, but Colin Webb's, don't worry, he's had about his 5th goat beer, has Colin Webb, the president of the Athletic Footy Club. It's in the middle of the ground once again. France is still filthy on that pretty poor effort in the spoil in the back half of the ground. Allowed Vermeesh to kick his third. So TA's in the ruck contest again. They bring the ball the centre half below his knees was fantastic. Once again, good effort then by Chain of handballs okay. And this is another fantastic goal. And that one you'll find is Zachary Howard. And the effort out of the middle of ground by that, I think it was Omaday, he was very, very good.
Yeah, it's party time, isn't it, Brett?
It seems to. Get in the queue. Cam Robbins is going to call your name if you're a TA's guy this quarter, I feel. These are the quarters like this when your team starts so well, you want to get in the forward half, don't you?
So on the Colin Webb scoreboard sees Trinity Aquinas 9 goals 6 and Wembley 3 goals 3. So this quarter already 3 goals on the board to TAs, and they look very good, or Wembley look very bad.
Yeah, in 5 minutes too.
Danger signs. Middle of ground once again. Francis wins that one. Tries to find his teammate over there in Goldie. He's set up on by 2 or 3 players. Goldie gets again, slams on the ball on his left. Gains a few metres and once again taking a good defensive mark. They set up well down back to TAs. Very disciplined down the back half of the oval here at Pat Goodridge. Umpire's called play on. He kicks the ball down the line and plays every all by himself. It's Feather Stonahue.
Glad that footy's yellow. It's about the only thing I can see.
So Feather Stonahue has it now. Brings the ball up the corridor and finds his teammate Lace out there in Leeson. So Leeson also kicks the ball down the line. Good passage of play here. And tries for Meach. Good spoil by the Wembley player there. And Pearson.
Bill's been good, hasn't he?
Yeah, has been really good so far today.
Just gone 6.5 minutes of the third quarter. TA's at 9-6, Wembley a 3-3. That's on the Colin Webb scoreboard. Cam Robbins, Ward Harris and Brett May are doing the calling for you. Haley keeping us honest, producing, and Jack doing the filming. Formidable team we have here at Dartfish, don't you worry about that. They have it now, do TAs. Good pressure by them. Saw this hanging off at the Trinity Aquinas player, but the umpire didn't see it. He's playing very good this quarter. Bucknell on the right for Meesh again. Good strong mark. Too clever.
Did say earlier this kid had some talent, but they got the wrong matchup on him. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Pearton's obviously done some good things today, but he's just outsized. And Ryan Vermeesh knows how to use his body well. It's good overhead, as we saw earlier, and that one was just out in front body work. Right in front of us.
We might even mark this ball.
Well,
Here
we're
it goes for
dangerous.
Mish. We're in a bit of trouble here.
Oh!
And he's
It's kicked.
just about dived off the balcony to take
I was
a mark.
keen, mate. I was
He
absolutely
wasn't,
keen.
and that's another goal to Ryan Vermeet. He has now 4, 2 in the third, 1 in the first, and 1 in the second, and it's getting very ugly here for Wembley at the moment, Ward.
Yeah, look, they the 3 passages of play where they've actually been able to take the ball out of the centre every single time. TAs have taken an intercept mark, then have been able to start moving the ball pretty freely. And look, as we said, they've now changed that matchup. They're Jacob Carr going to Ryan Vermeet, so look, hopefully he's going to be able to stem the flow a little bit there. He looks a bit more of a solid kind of player. But yeah, 4 goals so far for TAs. Tough quarter for Wembley Football Club.
And we've still got, boys, about 17 minutes to go in the third, so we've got to stop the bleed to Wembley. I'll throw a person down back just to stop it, the flood of goals coming down that forward area for TAs. The middle of ground once again. Francis Eaton once again. Excellent work by him. Put it down the throat there of Omade. Is that a good game too, Omade?
Oh.
And good hit and shoulder by the 2 of those players. Falls in the hands of then is Clay. Clay decides to kick around his corner. Oh, that could be a goal.
It is a goal.
That is a goal to Nicky Bucknell.
Dartfish goal of the day, gentlemen.
That would be, I think, boys.
Oh, if it
that's
was.
a point.
Oh, what have we missed there?
Must have been touched off the boot, I think. Umpire
Jeepers.
score touched.
Maybe the Dartfish point of the day then.
Oh, 100% it is.
So there he is. Volerick decides to take the kick for Wembley. Kicks the ball down the half-back flank. Good sprawl over the top by the Wembley defender. The 1-2 is okay. Handball falls in the hand there of Russo. Russo lowers his eyes. He's turned the ball straight back over to Roden. Roden can load up the corridor. It's about taking good contested mark as a TA's player. Handball's
Omade
good
again.
by Omade again. He's been everywhere. Throws on his boot. At the back. Oh, good, courageous
great
mark
mark.
by the Wembley player. And Adam Volerick, the mark of the day. That was absolutely courage personified by Volerick. Great highlight there for Wembley. They've been few and far between, but that is a definitely highlight for the home side here this afternoon. So they have the ball now. There's Hoffman. What if his nickname's Dustin? Good actor, Dustin Hoffman.
In his day, mate.
I was going
Yes.
to say that's more your vintage, I think, Cam
Yeah.
Robbins.
Ward's one who he is.
He is. So TA's pushed the ball forward, and good defensive mark again by Volerick. He's had a good couple of minutes, and worthy of a selection in the stateside is Volerick on his right boot.
Yeah, his intercept stuff and his kicking actually very, very good.
And finds his teammate there, and Richards also in the state squad is Richards. Decides to play on Richards, chills with the ball to centre. Great kick, good vision, and finds his teammate over there, and Hoffman again on his right. Good sprawl once again by Roden. He's been the rock of Gibraltar in defence. Oh, hitting the ball extremely hard was the TA's play. Only noted one way, that was straight through it. That was Clay on the right. Spoil. Vermeet tried to bring the ball to the ground. His second effort was okay. Going again, it was Vermeet. Got legged. Umpire didn't say that, so Wembley can relieve the pressure. For the back half there through Kelton, but he's turned the ball straight over. The skill level of Wembley is pretty ordinary at the moment, and Leeson has it there for TAs.
Jeez, and they're just not manning up really well at the moment, are they? TA's been able to just pick holes through them.
Handball is too easy then for the play there for TAs. So Keith, and good defensive marks taken then by Borsch.
They're just set up so well behind the footy, TAs. I can't. Doesn't look like Wembley got a way out.
Good kick to space and dropped another mark under pressure once again by Roden. He's putting himself in the contest for the beanie and the pair of thongs, I reckon.
Young Marshall Walker, he's had a mare since about 5 minutes into the game, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's
As soon as we pumped him up, Ward.
yeah, let him down ties, and Roden's just heard the comments from us in the commentary box. He thought, I'll stitch you 3 up and actually carve him in the next 3, and he's done just that. So they have the number. Omada, he's been brilliant too. Good handball by him. That was Preston O'Keefe on this non-preferred to right. And the defensive spoil by Wembley is okay.
Jeez, we've seen some good spoils today, boys, actually.
Yeah, we have.
A lot
Absolutely.
of power in them.
Yeah, some really good defensive work from both teams.
So 11:42 of the third quarter. And the Colin Webb scoreboard sees Trinity Aquinas 10-7. Wembley 3-3. Francis tries to bring the ball out of the contest, but once again Trinity Aquinas, good effort then by McDowell on his right, but he's turned the ball straight back over. And Francis takes a good defensive mark. He lowers his eyes. Risky kick, but good strong mark. It had to be strong because there's all kinds of trouble. It's a good effort then, good mark then by Carr, Jacob Carr. Ordinary skill level once again from the player there in Kavanagh was ordinary effort. Goes to Vermees. Vermees says this is just like shell and peas for me. But good defensive mark by Parnell. Parnell kicks the ball down the line. 3 on 1. Oh, great mark then by Francis. Outnumbered. Good hands. Kelton has it. Stands his ground okay. Through traffic was okay. The handball was ordinary. He's going to follow up and get his own ball though. Good effort by the Wembley player. Kicks the ball down the line to a 2 on 1. Oh, drops an easy mark then was Russo. Skills personified here. But lucky to get that free kick.
Oh, mate, we're watching some D1 amateur footy here at the moment, unfortunately, with some of the skill errors.
Yes, it's not good at the moment. Russell decides to sell a bit of candy and do it himself, so he runs on his non-preferred, that's the left. Good spoil once again by Roden, down back was okay. They just set up so well, TAs. Handball through the corridor was okay, put his player under pressure, but he's up to the occasion was Green. And Green back to Roden, and Roden's turned the ball over. The Wembley player once again dropped the mark. Oh, got cone hanger. Surely it was the Wembley player. I said play on. Unbelievable.
I reckon he slipped badly there.
Oh, jeez. Just a chain of errors and skill level at the moment.
Jeez, footy is not the winner at the moment, mate.
It certainly isn't. Keep your eyes off the Carlton dry. It's there, please, Brett. Just hang in there, mate. We've got a quarter and a half to go here. Umpire throws out. Well done by Francis. Ruckwood was okay. And we have the numbers over the contest here. It was good. It should be a throw. It wasn't. Well done through traffic once again. It was very good. Falls in the hand there of Hayward. Hayward decides to take a bounce and go, thank you very much. Good night, Irene. And he goes, stick it right up there, he says. Good on you, Hayward. He's not a favourite at the moment. Zachary Hayward nails number 3 and tells the crowd. How did you like that, Brett?
Wonderful finish and a little bit of... well, we said we were looking for a spark.
Oh, there it was.
He's just produced it and woke the crowd up.
And the crowd's up now.
A great celebration, Ward.
Mate, it was a good... I thought that was aimed at you, Cam Robbins. I thought that was coming at you, mate.
Yeah, he just said, look at that.
I think he was looking straight at Jack, to be honest. He wanted to get on camera.
No, that's exactly what
Hayward's lucky because in the last quarter, he's up the other end of the ground because I reckon the last quarter the crowd here will go absolutely ballistic at him all quarter.
Yeah, I don't want to be critical of the Wembley coaching staff because I don't know a lot about them, but the game plan of kicking short all the time, they just don't have the skills to do it. They can't execute.
Eaton again brings the ball to the contest. And we have the numbers. Good effort there. Oh, good hit and shoulder then. Well, the player there hit over the 4. That was a good hit there by Howen for TAs. Wembley are out there through Hoffman. Hoffman's on his right. Oh, taking a good... Oh, dropped another mark then was Walker. He's had the dog of the day since quarter time, the big fella. Started off good, but since quarter time he's gone missing. And good tackle then by the TA boys. Tucked away in a pocket.
Yeah, I was thinking most of Wembley's really good work today has actually been when they've gone that chaos kind of footy. They were just able to get the ball forward nice and early today, and it was those couple of free kicks inside 50 where they were able to get opportunities on goal. So this chipping around stuff doesn't seem to be working well. Good chaos ball, they turned it over, but look, that seems to be their go-to today.
It's TO play down the ground, boys. He's not looking good. He's lying on his haunches, face out.
I think we've just had a dog run halfway across the field there as well.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they tried to do last week at North Beach. Lassie ran onto the ground, but it didn't work.
Didn't help, did it? Wembley have tried the same trick, mate.
They've seen the game from last week. They said, I'll do the same thing, but it didn't work. As the TA's player picking himself up on the ground. I think you find that's Preston O'Keefe. And he's put his mouth guard under his pants. He says, I think I'm going to take a bit of a rest. It's the former State 19s player.
Early shower, you reckon, mate?
Early shower, I think he's had enough.
Scoreboard's under control.
Because they're up by 8 goals at the moment, TAs. It's all been one-way traffic this third quarter. So bound umpire says, give the ball to me. Good victory this afternoon to the mighty Subiaco Footy Club over the Chooks. That was very enjoyable. Bound umpire throws the ball up. Francis brings the ball to the ground. TAs once again, good tackle. Once again, Roden at the bottom of the pack. He's been everywhere, both the boys this afternoon. The Roden brothers, Ward, they've been very efficient down back.
Yeah, been very good, haven't they? Nick Roden, just a really solid player. I was thinking about their whole, back line there. They're just a really good group of players.
So, 50 metres out from goals. Umpire's seen something here. I think there's a yellow card.
Card's come out for a Wembley player.
Certainly has. A yellow card's come out.
I wonder if that was based off that tackle there before.
I'll pick that player up in a minute, but he's been yellow carded. So good to see the umpire stamping the authority on the game. He said you can take a little bit of a break for 5 minutes just to chill out. So go to the bench. So back on the contest here. TAs have it. Kicks the ball on the left foot. Good kick. Good strong mark. Poloni's eyes then was McCallion. Haven't called his name too often. There's Francis. Good defensive spoil by the Wembley player. Follows up his own ball. Good below his knee was the big fella. Handball's okay. And umpire says give the ball to me. And we boundary line throwing once again. 18 minutes of this third quarter. TA's 11-7. Wembley are 3-3. It's on the Colin Webb scoreboard. Who consumes goat beer number 5 now. Webby. They have it now. Handball's okay. Wembley have the numbers. Hit the hole. Once again, the tackle then by Roden. Very good. Umpire says give the ball to me. So just Wembley just midway through the second quarter war, they've gone missing.
Yeah, look, they have indeed, haven't they? We've got a little bit of a lull at the moment, and to their credit, they've been able to stem the flow a little bit at the moment. We have, 5 goals piled onto TAs. We haven't seen one for a while, but another inside 50 coming in now.
Certainly was. That play was Howe on his right, and good defensive mark taken by the Wembley defender there in Parnell. Parnell decides to play down the line, and good kick, and finds his teammate up there in the half-back flank.
Just once again, not a lot of options for him to kick to. He has to go long down the line.
And Power once again running down the back for TA. He's been good. France was good below his knees. Falls in the hands of them was Anderson. Anderson on his right. Tries to find his teammate, but once again the defensive spoil from TA's was very, very good. So
great closing speed by Roden there.
So kicking out for Wembley's goal. Starting to get pretty dark and starting to get pretty cold here at the moment. Pat Goodridge, umpire, throws the ball up. Francis and Eaton will give that one to Eaton once again. Stacks on the mill there, trying to chisel the ball out, was a player in Goldie. Omede's at the bottom of the pack there for TAs. So is Keaton. Eaton was fantastic over by his hands. Chisel the ball down the line here. And there's the crowd favourite. Good strong marks been taken then by Deeves. Deeves decides to play on. Once again, they use the corridor so well and hits his teammate Lace out. This is TA's. Vermeesha's on the lead here. And good defensive mark into the gap there by Pearton. Had to do a lot more of that earlier on, Brett, because it's been lacking. And there's a skill level once again. They turn the ball straight back over. And this could be another goal. And it's straight over the goal umpire's head for another easy goal for TA's.
Omede, isn't it?
And it is Omede. It certainly is. He has now kicked 3, Brett. 1 in each of those quarters. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, now 1 in the third.
And had a lot of footy around where it's counted in tight and tough in the contest. So they've been able to centre that footy to sort of 60 metres, 55, 60 metres out, and had a free player a lot this quarter, which is a great spot to get the pill. It's a great area to attack the top of the goals, and you're scoring from those. They must have kicked 4 goals from sort of straight in front this quarter. So the gaps are appearing too easily in the back half for the Wembley Footy Club, and some of it's the midfields running down for TA's ward.
Yeah, look, they're not quite getting the support through the midfield there, with the two-way run that they should be, but a lot of open players right the way in front of goal at the moment, and great quarter by TA's.
Eaton once again brings the ball to the ground. He's had a great game. So there's a young fella running off the half-back flank, Howe, and he's been impressive as well. No weak links in the defensive 6 for TA's. They've been very impressive here. So ruck work once again. Eaton was good, brings the ball to the ground. His second effort's been very good. Cop one high was a TA's play, surely. The umpire saw that as well. Sat upon him. And you'll find that'll be Feather Stonahue. he decides to play on, kicks the ball to space, hard running by the TA's players here, stands up with a good block off the ball, then allows the play there, Marino, and he used the ball extremely well. Hard running once again by Howard's been good. Handball over the top, been even more impressive. Falls in the hands of Roden, and Roden's going to give you a little check side kick on his right and kick a fantastic goal. Excellent goal to Matthew Roden, running all the way down from the half-back flank, but set up beautifully by Joshua Howe, and Wardy's had a good game.
Yeah, he's been really good. Just his work rate there was what really stood out. Actually, just running back with the contest there, I think I'm trying to work out if it was him or McDowell that put that block on, but just his general run has been really good there. And once again, lots of open plays, Brett.
Oh, I think we need a head count. Something's going on here. They just in the most dangerous positions as well, Ward, the TA players, and there's no opposition near them. So they really need to get some defensive mindset about the Wembley Footy Club. This is blowing out to ugly proportions. It's been a huge third quarter for TAs so far.
Just picking up what you said, Brett, surely when you're like that in two, Ward, you'd play one-on-one footy. I'll just play, I'm on Brett, my contest. My job is to stop him getting the footy, just one-on-one footy all over the entire ground.
Yeah, look, we have seen them, unfortunately, now. This is the second game that they've probably blown out a little bit.
They've won a clearance at least here.
So it's tucked away in the pocket of Wembley. Can they make something out of nothing here? Because they've had a pretty ordinary third quarter. The premiership quarter, they've been totally outclassed by TAs. They've switched on the turbo this quarter. So right in the pocket now, out from Wembley. Can they steal one here? Walker was good with a ruck, but Omaday was brilliant between his hands. He was standing there in Omaday. He brings the ball to the ground. Wembley have it here. It's okay. Off the top there was by Matt Russo. Russo in the point of the square. And Jeremy Powell. Good kick. Eaton's outstanding. His vision's good. Finds Omaday over the top. Hard running once again by the TA players. Show no fear through the middle of the corridor. Their vision's been good. McDowell was okay as well. And they're out here once again. Surely it's one-on-one footy when you've got a man up. This guy's got an attorney for Trinity. He kicks the ball down the line. Tries to find Deeves. And the Wembley player runs out of the contest there in Kavanagh. Once again, the skill level. You can see the side of Brett, the former coach. You can, no doubt, would have been frustrated, Brett, seeing some of the skill level here this evening.
Yeah, look, I'm sure Wembley are disappointed in their performance so far, especially this third quarter, been terrible.
Just somehow puts the ball in the boot with Parnell, and once again turn it all over. And Howe has had a good quarter. Eden, good spoil over there to the Wembley defender there in Parnell.
Yeah, he's tried hard today, Jimmy Parnell, and they've actually number 21, Scully. Yep. I think probably won his contest against Dees, which is unbelievable, the amount of inside 50 he's had to deal with.
Yeah.
So three-quarter time could not come quick enough for the home side in Wembley. So on the Colin Webb scoreboard, Wembley that quarter did not trouble the scoreboard at all, where TAs slammed on 7 goals to that quarter. Major goal scorers for TAs as Vermeesh been outstanding. He has kicked 3 goals to Omaday, 2 to Bucknell, 2 also to the crowd favourite Zachary Hayward, 2, 1 to Rhoda went forward, and also McLean 1 for TAs. 2 goals to Walker and 1 to Richards, but it's been a very sad scoreboard for Wembley this afternoon, Brett.
Yeah, look, they really fell away that quarter. They were reasonably competitive in the first half, but that was just a total dominant third quarter by the TA side, and they're going to walk away with what they needed to do today. They needed to get on top and obviously have a win to stay in touch with that top 5, and they're certainly on their way to doing that, and obviously at the same time building some percentage, which they needed to do as well.
Been the eyes and ears for the stateside war. Have you seen probably the state players there, and obviously the numbers there, and Cody Eaton? He's obviously put his name out in good form for the state game next week.
Yeah, Eaton's been exceptional. Look, for me, he's probably in the top 2 on the ground at the moment. I've liked his work all day. He's probably won that contest against Nat Frances quite convincingly in the end. And Tommy Omaday's probably been the other one. He's, I think, in line for the old Dartfish beanie today. So, but yeah, well done by Cody Eaton, and a great tune-up for the state game next week. And
Volerick for Wembley, haven't seen him. He's taken some good defensive marks down back, but it's been like a tsunami coming down the forward line for them, hasn't it?
Yeah, look, I think both Volerick and young Parnell, as we spoke about before, both been pretty good out of the back half there, and definitely in their best few players as well. But just a tough day for Wembley in that back half.
We'll try to get here Colin Webb over here for the talk. We're talking about the scoreboard for him all night. If we can somehow get him across, look at him, he said, no, I'm too busy having a beer, Cam, I'm not going to come and talk to you. So Colin Webb's given us the big fingers, but he's done a lot of work for this club down here, getting what they are now, but it'd be very disappointing with effort. We're going to take a short break here, live from Pat Goodrich, coming back for the last quarter, which sees TA's 13-7, Wembley are 3-3. Welcome back to Pat Goodrich Oval here, having a bit of shout with the locals over there on the balcony. It's about 100 deep there and enjoying the festivities they are at the moment. Here live we are 13-7 TAs, Wembley are 3-3. Start of the last quarter, Cam Robbins, Brett May and Ward Harris doing the calling for you. Once again, thanks for your company in middle of ground. Once again, Eaton, once again, the ruck work was good by him. Hits the ball forward, spinning out of trouble is okay. Handball was good by, once again, Omade. He's been everywhere this afternoon and this evening. Throws on his right boot. Kicks the ball forward. Hard running at it. Handball's okay. Chisel over the top there to the player there in green. And Green on the right has turned it straight back over to the Wembley player in the back pocket there. Pretty hard to see down there, boys. There's a long way down there.
Yeah, I think Pearton maybe with it.
Pearton kicks the ball down the line and once again... Starting to cramp up is the big fella Cody Eaton because he's run a lot of Ks this afternoon, Brett.
Yeah, his work rate speed. He's been very impressive. Got some wonderful ruckmen in the competition.
Old-fashioned too ruckman, haven't they? Just
some really mobile ruckmen around, and Cody's certainly right up there with them.
Here he is again, brings the ball to down, ground is Eden. Handball's okay by Wembley. But once again, numbers around the contest by TAs was very, very, very good. And boundary line throw in. Umpire says, give the ball to me. Good defensive pressure then by Jake Anderson. And he's tried pretty hard, the Wembley midfielder.
Yeah, started very, very well. Gone a bit quieter, but that's just been a total domination by TAs, unfortunately, for Wembley.
So Eden, the ruck work, somehow got himself in the contest. Brute strength was Anderson again on the left. Over the ball's okay. Good tackle. Somehow got the handball. Omade, he's been sensational. So he goes on to do the old barrel torpedo punt. Gained a lot of metres. Did Omade. Wembley have the numbers here. Lowers his eyes. Okay, that play then was Pearton. And laced out. Hit a target finally for Wembley. There's been few and far between. Lowers his eyes and finds a play there in Scaracini. I called his name too much this afternoon, Brett. Scaracini.
No. If you have, you must. I haven't heard it much. No.
That's twice. No. Good hard running here by Wembley. This is good play by them. Half forward flank can lower their eyes, but reading extremely well. It's been Power. He was good. Power, a little kick around the corner, and that could be a minor score only or a mark.
It's a mark.
I think it's the latter. The play on was very good. That player was Nick Roden again. Outstanding as being Roden. And so is Jacob Green. The second quarter's been good by him.
Roden took it personally after
he
Walker kicked those first two goals.
Absolutely.
He's been outstanding since.
Certainly has. Good one-on-one duel there. Roden once again goes in to give a bit of support.
Well done.
But really good mark by the Wembley player there and Lucas Francis. So Francis in the true centre-half forward position. Probably too far out for goals. But does he try the old barrel wall? Would you give the old torpedo punt kick from there?
Yeah, I reckon he'd give it a go. I was actually disappointed he didn't put it straight to the square. He had a 2-on-1, which he probably could have kicked to there.
It's allowed the TAs to get some big numbers back.
One of those has been Eaton, the biggest player on the ground. So he tries to gain a little bit of distance on the kick. So he's pushed it right and it stays right. And Cody Eaton's tried to do the Tarzan pole dancing on the point post. But it's a minor score. It's the first score Wembley have had.
Have you seen Tarzan do pole dancing, Cam, have you?
Let's not go with what Cam Robinson.
I'm not sure what you get up to on weekends, mate.
So the defensive kick in is going to take here by Leeson. Umpire's called played on, so Leeson goes a few centimetres and kicks the ball over the line and finds his teammate lace out. That's Roden. He's been very good, the Roden boys. Good run and carry here by Leeson once again for TAs. Kicks it to space. Good defensive pressure by Wembley. Bit of a win there. Below his knees was very good and finds his lace out was Hoffman. So Jalen Hoffman decides to kick the ball down the line. And you're having a dog of a day when you trip over your own feet, and that was Marshall Walker. Since quarter time, he is gone missing. Handball is okay once again by Howard for TAs. Kicking the ball down the line. Wembley have the numbers. So to TAs, Wembley gains a few metres. Omade put the pressure on. Goes it again. A good blow his knees with the Wembley player. Falls in the hand there of Anderson. Anderson had to go back to Francis. Little check side kick on the right was okay. Once again, the numbers around the ball by TAs was good. Good hit. Surely high by there was the umpire. Umpire says no.
No, fair tackle. There you go.
Tell you
At
what.
least they're having a crack this quarter, Wembley. We've seen a little bit of the footy down our end. I wasn't expecting to see much of this.
I was thinking the same thing. It's been very nice of both teams to just make that a little bit easier for us.
So Kavanagh got coat hanging, but he didn't worry about it. The umpire said there's no free kick to see here. So TAs can push the ball out of and taking good defensive mark is the Wembley player there in Francis. So Francis decides to play on. Goes down the line to a one-on-one. His teammate over there was Richards. But Richards is out number 2-on-1, but turns the ball straight back over. Wembley from outside 20, and I think it's a fantastic goal. Pick that player up in a minute. She turns around. It's number 20 for Wembley anyway. That's a good goal for them, and they needed that. Was an absolute understatement.
Look, it's good to see them actually trying to move the ball around a little bit more at the moment. It's probably flicked a little bit at the moment. TA is still able to get a lot of the footy, but now turning the ball over in the middle of the ground. I don't think we've seen an inside 50 for them yet this quarter, but a lot of the play all down this end of the ground, which, as we said, a lot better for us, boys.
Brett, it's just wearing the coach's hat on. If you're the coach, Wembley, would you say don't worry about the scoreboard and just try to win this quarter with that?
They've got to aim for something in the last quarter, don't they? They really let themselves down in a disappointing third quarter. It should be just as we spoke about. You beat your man for the quarter, and let's see if that'll contribute to us winning the quarter as a team. So they've been much more competitive this quarter so far, and TAs may have put the cue in the rack a little bit as well.
So Wembley trying to push the ball forward, running hard at it was the TO play. Through traffic was very good was Marino, and he copped a high tackle, did Marino. He decides to play on, and this player's had a very good time too. Joshua Howen, the blonde-headed ponytail player for TAs, he's been good. Tucked away in the pocket then, and good spoil on the bottom of the pack then by the Wembley defender. Vermeesh is there as well, hotly pursued by the defender for Vermeesh. Handball is okay. Francis over there. Vermeesh got the ball back, and he does a little check side banana, and it's a major.
Wow. Is that on his left foot?
Vermeesh on his left foot.
Looked off his left foot.
Vermeesh on his left foot. Little check side banana. What's this replay here on the Dartfish replay here, Ward? And there's Vermeesh there. Gets it, and then does a little check side left. That is the Dartfish goal of the day, I would have thought. Very impressive.
So it's amazing how well, when they get the ball going forward, they just run in packs and, able to get a goal like that. Absolutely beautiful by the TA boys. And we thought they might have put the cue in the rack, but... Look,
does he get the beanies? Kick 5 for me.
Yeah, kick 5, yeah.
Been the most dominant forward on the ground.
Yeah, a little while to go, but Amade's had a lot of
he's in the
middle of the ground, and he's
kicked 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably getting ahead of myself. Apologies for that.
No, it's not the first time, Cam.
Have the game. Now to TAs. Trying to keep the ball in front of him is a good effort by the player there in Clay. But he's got pressure on him now by a couple of Wembley defenders. And picking himself off the pack. It's Goldie. He's been okay for Wembley today. So the field umpire's going to throw the ball up. Francis wins that one. Left foot was okay by Goldie. Over the far side, trying to keep the ball and play right in front of the TA's bench, and the ball goes right on the interchange bench, and the Wembley's crowd favourite Zachy Howard is having a bit of a spell on there. Good to see if he come up this quarter and see if the crowd gets stuck in with this Hayward. It'll be probably a highlight.
I don't think anyone's going to buy him a beer.
So bounce umpire throws the ball in. Francis has it. Once again, the numbers around the ball for TAs is very good. Caught one high. The umpire said no, he didn't. Boundary line throw in. So gone 8.5 minutes of the last quarter. Pat Goodrich Oval sees Trinity Aquinas 14-7 and Wembley are 4-4. That's on the Colin Webb scoreboard. Boundary umpire throws the ball in. Numbers around the contest. And running the ball out of play for this Wembley defender there in Kavanagh.
Really important for TAs to finish off, and just for their percentage, they are behind the top 5 a little bit on percentage. So I feel they'd probably really like to finish with another 5 or 6. I would have thought, Wood.
Yeah, they can't afford to put the cue in the rack, as you said. With 4 games left of the home and away season at the moment, really important for them to put the foot down and make sure they get not only the 4 points, but increase the percentage as much as they can.
It's a good tackle down back by the Wembley pay there is Bourne on Macaulay, the opposition rut. Lowers his eyes. That's a good kick, but they're being few and far between. Ben Goldie hasn't stopped trying. Old man's John. Kicks the ball on the left as Goldie. Once again, the numbers are down the back. Stands up. The tackle from behind is outstanding. Good pressure by the TA's player. They've been like that all afternoon, but when we get the ball, kicking the ball forward and stands up, it could be an easy goal, and it is. Don't come easy for that for Connor Dwyer. And a good goal for them, but at least they've kicked 2 goals this quarter, Wembley.
Yeah, look, and the pleasing thing there was they're actually kicking to a one-on-one or trying to go to something that's their advantage, which they haven't been doing all day. So, look, unfortunate there for the defender to fall over and gives an easy goal to Connor Dwyer. But, look, 2 goals in the last quarter, well deserved.
Well, they've outscored, actually, TAs at the moment. They've only kicked 1, so a bit of a win in the early stages so far of this last quarter to Wembley. And they're trying to get respectability on the score, but conversely, like Brett said, TAs are trying to get the percentage as well. Middle of the ground.
It's important last 10 or 12 minutes for TAs, really.
So Eaton's gone back into the ruck work now. He's tackled by Goldie, and Goldie just decides, I'm going to push you face into the ground there, son. And Eaton says, doesn't worry me, because I've had a good day out here myself. This is the big ruckman. So Cody Eaton, again, good ruck work by him. Brings the ball to the ground. Oh, pushing the back surely for the TAs. But the umpire saw that as well. That'll be Jacob Green right in the middle of Pat Goodridge. He decides to kick the ball down the line. Good spoil by the Wembley player down back. Second effort was okay. Puts the afterburners under the TA players and try to find the teammate. Oh, he's hit very heavily by 2 or 3 players. Umpire saw that. The free kick was definitely there. It was high. And the TA's players, I think you'll find this will be Ryan Vermeesh again. Can he kick this one, Brett, to bring up goal number 6?
He's got a lot of talent, so his radar's been pretty good today, so you would give him every chance. I'll run with yes, Cam. Why not?
Okay, so Brett's making him in here. So there he is. I'll see when he knows off the boot. Yeah, he looks at it.
Got him beautifully.
And he goes, no.
Nice pass, though.
Nice pass, and Mark Dees, he's probably one guy who hasn't had too much impact on the game. Brett?
No, his defender, Scully, has done a wonderful job on him considering the amount of footy inside 50.
And tell you what, that sums up his night because he's missed it.
Yeah, coming into the game after kicking 5 last week, he's been well held. The inside 50 numbers are enormous in the favour of TAs, so probably one of the few winners for Wembley tonight.
Absolutely. Scoreboard's not a pretty good reading if you're a Wembley supporter. You're 5-4, TAs are 14-8 with 12:42 to go. This last quarter, Wembley, at least they're putting up a bit of fight at the moment, the Wembley boys. Goldie once again, second, third effort was okay. The TAs have it. They gain a few meterage down the line. At least they're still trying, the Wembley Footy Club, don't worry about that. They have not given in.
No, look, they still seem to be trying to just surge that ball forward and just get territory at the moment. There doesn't seem to be, for the most part, a lot of method in it. But the problem is when they turn it over, their two-way run going back, they don't seem to go and find a player or anything like that. It's more just chaos going back the other way as well, which opens them up.
Oh, good mark. Umpire didn't play it. Once again, Nick Bucknell, probably a couple of seconds beforehand, his vision and his ability to hit a target through the handball was very good. So tucked away in a pocket here at the moment in the TA scoring area. Starting to get pretty chilly here at the moment too. Thanks for the jackets here, John. They are very comfortable and warm. And this could be an easy goal to Kavanagh, would you believe? He has kicked another goal, has
Vermeesh.
Ryan Vermeesh. That is number 6 for Vermeesh. And just a little chiseler on his right foot, soccer goal, but they count. Goes down in the stats as another goal, Ward.
It does, mate. He's kicked him just about every way tonight, hasn't he? So kicked that absolute beautiful left foot check side banana, whatever you want to call it, in the third quarter. And kicked an absolute belter there as well. So 6 goals for Ryan Vermeesh and a very dominant performance for Trinity Aquinas today.
Yeah, he certainly covered for the quiet day for Dees, and he's stepped up. So got a very strong two-prong attack up the foot deep for TAs.
And they've got obviously key backs as well, Road, and they've got down the spine, Ward. They're pretty impressive.
Yeah, look, they be interested to see how they match up against a couple of other sides. We saw them go and play Curtin Wesley and end up with that upset win, we thought at the time.
Yep.
And look, they've obviously dismantled Wembley tonight as well.
So McCauley's now in the ruck for TAs. Giving Cody Eden a bit of a rest. So about 40 metres out from TA's goal once again. Macaulay doing the ruck work. He brings this to ground. Wembley have the numbers here. Once trying to handball the ball out. Socket off the ground was okay. Gained a few meterage. Running after the footy was a Wembley player in Hoffman. Well done by Power below his knees for TAs was good. Handball on the left was even better. Good hard running by TAs. Good passage of play here. Found Valentine. He's been quiet, Valentine, but doesn't need to be. It's been a good effort. Once again, over the top for Mish. Unselfish over the top, and that is another goal to McCallion for number 2 for him, but Vermees could have gone for goal number 7. Very unselfish there, Brett. Handball over the top.
Wasn't that real? That was very clean play from sort of wing position. Great hands, good overlap run from behind. Hit a target up forward, and they were quick hands in close forward. And before we know it, someone's in the goal square by himself. Been disappointing last couple of minutes from Wembley. They seem to fluctuate their concentration levels within quarters, and when teams get a run on from, look like they can score heavily.
Yeah, definitely. And look, we've really noticed it's probably a bit of experience between the two sides there as well. I would have thought some, well-known names that we've known over the years playing for TAs, and Wembley maybe just with some of the experience there, not able to quite keep the focus going for quite as long.
So we've got just on probably 8 minutes, boys, to decide who's going to win the Archie Thongs and also the Beanies. So very important the last couple of minutes we focus on the best on the ground. So
yeah, we're honing in.
We've probably got our top 3 at the moment.
Yeah, I would have thought so, yeah.
So have the ball now. Once again, TA's push the ball forward and taking a good contested mark. There is Deves. It's been let off the chain a little bit the last 4 or 5 minutes, but it's been very well held by the Wembley defender. So Deves tucked in a pretty difficult angle here. Deliberate shot of goals. He's taken his time, Deves, about 40 metres out, acute angle. Uses the right boot. And that is a lovely kick off the boot to bring up his first goal. More importantly, brings up number 17 for TAs. They are putting on a clinic here at the moment.
Yeah, look, absolutely beautiful football there. They moved the ball very, very well. And look, Mark Deves, great to see him get out on the lead, take a good mark, and look, go back and kick an even better goal there, Brett. So really good.
I'm sure he's happy to be finally on the scoreboard when they've kicked 17 and he's only kicked his first. But it's probably that's probably a pleasing side from the coaching perspective that they've been able to kick so many without relying on him who came into the game in great form.
And once again at the bottom of the pack was Thomas Omade. Boys to handball that ball out. He's been outstanding, the midfielder, and he's kicked 3. So Eaton in the middle of the ground versus Francis. Francis' second effort was okay. Eaton followed the ball up as well and stacks on the mill there. Umpire says, give the ball to me. So throw up once again. Eden, good handball over the top. Found his teammate there in Jacob Green. Handball over the top was Wembley, hard running. Then by Anderson. He set upon about 3 or 4 players. One of those players that hit his head over the footy was very good in Jacob Green.
Oh.
And the umpire says, give the ball to me. So centre half forward position there for TAs. 19 minutes to go. 19 minutes, 6 minutes to go in this game of footy. It's going to be a pretty easy victory here to TAs. The umpire says that is holding the ball. And good kick off the boot. Fantastic space. And once again, off the leash there is Deves. And good kick then by Jacob Green.
Yeah, they just seem to get that ball out pretty quickly. And young Scally, who's been absolutely outstanding all day, wasn't able to quite follow Mark Deves forward.
So Deves kicks one here, maybe kicks 2 or 3, and he has 4 in the book. And if you're in opposition back, you think you've done a good job. So here's Deves, right on the 50-metre mark. Geez, that's a beautiful kick off the boot. Gun barrel straight. Umpire did not have to move. And that is the second goal to Mark Deves.
Just weighted numbers, isn't it, in the forward half, unfortunately for him.
Right. Yeah.
So pretty big scoreboard here. If you're a Trinity Aquinas supporter, you are 18 goals 8, and Wembley are 5 goals 4, and you still have 5 minutes to go in this last quarter.
just an overall dominant performance, hasn't it been, from TAs? They started the game. Wembley, I think, came out, maybe kicked the first 2 of the game, and then it was all kind of all TAs from there. We had a brief period look in the beginning of this quarter, but look, it's really been TAs all day and a well-deserved victory for them.
Yeah, once the intensity levels went up after half-time, Wembley just haven't been able to go with them.
So Eaton wins a ruck work again, try to find Matthew Roden, who's now in the midfield for the TAs. He's a very versatile player. Matty Roden goes back, goes forward, and now he's in the midfield. So umpire's got sore arms. He's thrown up a few times there at Pat Goodridge. Eaton wins the ball to the ground. Can bring the player into the bound as the Trinity Aquinas play. Handball was good. This player's running off all the time. That was Marino. And finds his teammate lace out there in Clay.
Certainly done more than he needs to. Marino today is very solid down back.
Clay kicks the ball to the centre half forward position and try to find Matty Roden. But a good defensive pressure then by the Wembley player, picking himself off the pack. There was try Kelton. So later stage of this last quarter, it's going to be easy victory here for the visiting side and TAs. Wembley try to push the ball out. TAs have all the numbers. Handball's okay, and kick out Green was even better. Trying to find his lace out was his teammate. There's Goldie. God, chiselled here. Here's a crowd favourite. On his left, if you don't mind, but just hasn't got the distance. He would have got there a little clap. Zachy Howard, the Wembley favourite.
You might have to wear a hat up if he wants a beer later.
I tell you what, both changes, they come over here. So when we get the best player, well, actually, if it's a TA player, we'll somehow we go up the end of these stairs and you walk straight down to get access. So
Beautiful.
So it's pretty easy. So not too long to go now. It's about 3 minutes. One down by Matty Roden. Matty Roden's pushed himself forward, and good defensive effort then by the Wembley player then in Scully. As there, Brett getting himself forward with a roving might to go on the ground to potentially get the Dartfish thongs and the Archie thongs and the Dartfish beanie. Yes, and I agree with you. Absolutely. Unanimous decision. We're not going to tell our listeners yet because still got a couple of minutes to go.
Oh, great mark by Marino, going back with the flight of the ball.
He's been good, Marino. They've been good all day, has the TA side. They have been far too good and slick for Wembley here this afternoon and this evening. And there's Roden. He's good on his right. Kicks the ball over the top to find his teammate. Lace out there in Hart. He's also had a fairly consistent game. Ward, Callum Hart, the former East Perth player.
Yeah, look, their whole back line's been very good. They're so organised, and look, just about all of them are really, really strong ball users. Jeremy Power's been the other one down there. Jordan Leeson. As I said, look, that whole back half been very, very solid.
Just junk time at the moment, taking a good uncontested mark. There's Macaulay. He kicks the ball to full forward. And Wembley have the numbers there. Good hard running by Jake Anderson. He's been one of the better players for Wembley. It's not trying, both him and Goldie. And once again at the back of the pack. Players everywhere at the moment was Callum Hart. He pushed the ball forward and falls in the hand of Zachary Howard, who's already kicked a couple. 2 of those, both in the third quarter. So Howard, take a good kick from there. Ward is probably 50 metres out.
Yeah, I think he's got it in him as well. He's got a little bit of breeze to hopefully assist him, and I tell you what, I reckon if he knocks it through, he'll turn around and give the Wembley crowd a nice little reminder.
So here he is, Zachary Howard, starting approach at goal, gains a few metres, he starts left and try to get the bit of distance, does not make the distance, and force for a boundary line throw-in. Counting down to the last 30 seconds of this game now. So 18-9 to 5-4. TA's going to come out fairly easy victors here this afternoon, this evening. So once again, and that is the final siren, and it can't come too quick out for Wembley. TAs have been far too good. 18-9, War, would you believe, to Wembley. 5 goals for a very good effort by the visiting side. Major goal scorers for each respective sides. Ryan Vermees was outstanding with 6 goals. Omadei was very, very good with 3. 2 goals also to Dees, 2 of those both in the last quarter. McCallum kicked 2, and also 2 to Bucknell and 1 to Roden for Wembley. 2 goal scorers. Sorry, a few goal scorers. Marshall Walker kicked 2, both of those in the first quarter. Dwyer, Richards and Skuntdraft was the other one, goal scorers for Wembley. But overall, they kicked 16 goals since quarter time. TA's Water, and they're just far too good.
Yeah, just an absolutely clinical performance by them in the end. Wembley came out really hard to start the game. Their pressure was excellent really early, but they looked like they ran out of steam. Halfway through the first quarter. Then it was TA's class that was able to come over the top and looked such a dominant performance since halfway through that first quarter. A well-deserved and super important win for TAs.
Got good players up and down the spine, haven't we? Talked about with Roden at full back and also up forward with Ryan Vermees and Mark Dees. They've got a lot of options up forward, but a very, very good defensive unit down back too, TAs.
Yeah, that's right. We spoke about Roden, who was really, really good on Marshall Walker after he had that hot start, but it's all those guys like your Marino, your Leesons, Cal Hart, as you mentioned, Jeremy Power, whose intercept work was exceptional as well. Just makes a massive difference to have that kind of organisation down back.
And we have there the roving Mike there in Bretty Mayo, former coach for Subiaco Reserves and a good coach now, comes for Hammersley Careen. His young fella Jack goes a ride as well. He's out on the ground awaiting the fairest and best, but we can tell the listeners, I think we've given it for Thomas Omadei, is that correct?
Yeah, Tommy Omadei, look, excellent performance. He was, we probably had Cody Eaton up there as well as another player that played really well, and also hard to ignore Ryan Vermees with 6 goals today. But Omadei, he was right around the clearances all day and managed to kick 3 goals as well. So, yeah, Brett will probably try and grab young Tom as he comes off the ground. Tommy Omadei was ex-East Perth, ex-East Freo, won the Prendergast medal for the reserves comp a few years back now. And, look, excellent player at amateur level as well.
And don't forget, next week we're streaming the state games live down at Fremantle Oval. 6:10 sees the women's side play. Country women's versus the Metro women's as well, and the amateurs, and also the open men's as well on at 7:45. So we're really looking forward to those 2 games down at Fremantle Oval. You and me be doing the calling because we have a fellow commentator there taking his wife out for her 33rd birthday in Brett Mayo. So make sure you listen to that. So tuning in on Friday night, and there's a general bye on the Saturday due to the state game. So looking forward to covering that game down at Fremantle Oval. While there, we try to get the best player on the ground there. I'd just like to have the opportunity to thank Hayley and also Jack for doing the filming. Your support has been very much appreciated. Ward, once again, for your special comment, has been outstanding as Ward is trying to find there. Brett's trying to find the player there.
Yeah, we've just got TA still walking across at the moment. So Brett waiting patiently. I think he's worried about the microphone going out of range, Cam.
Yeah, so he's trying to get, I think he's told one of the officials there, can you please get Thomas Omadei to come over me so I can give him the Dartfish beanie and also the Archie thongs as Brett makes his way. He's trying to hone in on Tommy Ono, but yeah, very good play Omadei, just hard around the footy, kicked 3 goals, set up a lot of play, linked up a lot of play in the midfield there. Warden, love to put a counter on because he would probably run 10 or 12 Ks as well.
Oh, look, he was his work rate was exceptional.
Very good. Here he is now. Man of the match here. Over to you, Brett, as you come a little bit closer.
Thanks, team. We have Tom Omadei here today. Wonderful team effort, and from our perspective, yourself, a wonderful game. A lot of midfield football and 3 goals in a great effort for yourself.
Yeah, it's a good effort by the group in general. We had a couple of poor weeks before the COVID break. We really sat down and had to think about what we wanted to do, and we've attacked the last 2 weeks well. But now with the bye coming up, fate's in our own hands. We've got 4 games. We'll go at them as hard as we can and try and make a run into September.
Yeah, it was really important for you to finish off well. Your percentage was a little bit down. As you said, you've had a couple of disappointing weeks, but a great response. I think it was a 13 or 14 goal win. You've done what you needed to do, and as you said, the challenge is in front of you for the rest of the season.
Yeah, that's exactly right. All we've done is what we're supposed to do now. We just got to keep working. We've been trying to set a standard of keep getting better every time we set on the track, and we'll continue to do that in the coming weeks and really try and get a head up of steam for the rest of the season.
Great work, mate. Congratulations. Dartfish beanie and the Archie thongs. Best on ground. We thought you were outstanding today. Congratulations to yourself and your team. Enjoy your Saturday night.
Thanks very much, boys. Have a good weekend.
Well done there, Tomoyano. Well done there to Brett. Thanks very much for your company this afternoon and this evening from Pat Goodridge. It's been a one-way traffic so far. Trinity Aquinas far too good for Wembley, 18-9 to 5-4. Tune in next Friday night, the state games. We're covering the women's and we're covering the men's live 6:10 Friday night at Fremantle Oval. Myself and Ward Harris doing the calling for you. Thanks very much again, Ward, for your contribution. Haley, once again, for your brewing effort, keeping us under control, and Jack for the filming. Good evening here from Pat Goodridge. We'll see you guys next week.